sucks to hear about that. Yeah, Tommy, I appreciate that. A lot of the Eagle fans are not saying that. They're saying, "Oh, he sucks anyway. It don't matter." You know, he has a 9-4 record as the quarterback for the Cowboys. So it is what it is. I'm not worried about it
Well,
at this
hello,
point.
good people, and Eagle and 49er fans. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Hey, Alexa, turn on the bar lights. There you go. Boy, I'm glad some woman listens to me. Oh, thank you, Alexa. We are here tonight. It is Monday night walk of shame, and I have my buddy Game Time Brian. We're gonna do look. I can't even talk anymore. Sound like freaking Elmer Fudd here. We're going to do a dual stream tonight because this is Eagles week, and
yeah. It's Eagles week.
It's Eagles week, and so we're gonna be in Dallas. Starting Friday. Well, no, you're going to be down sooner. Game Time. How are you doing?
We're going Wednesday. Yeah, I'm doing good. You know, it is what it is.
Look, I heard that. Yeah.
Well, listen, man, it's not what we all dreamed up, is it? We were sold a bill of goods by your boy Mazy Cilio. He was going to Dallas and Philly 500. You know, these guys are homebodies. You know. All due respect, I'm sure Mark would rather be home too at this point. But at the end of the day, we were sold a bill of goods. I would go, and you saw again, it's the same people that pull out. So pause. So it is what it is. They're staying home. Let them stay home. It's just ridiculous, but we're gonna have fun. We're gonna go hang out with some fans and some channel members. We're gonna go watch a game with a backup quarterback, maybe a backup receiver. Whatever, it's still going to be fun. We're going to get the feel of everybody in town, or at least at the stadium and the surrounding areas, wherever we may go.
Well, you know, I was thinking, now before I get into it, I've got to answer. See, Stephen R., Mark, why do you hate Cooper Rush? I do not hate Cooper Rush. My God. You know, see, here's the problem is, instead of people actually going to where the problem is, they want to blame people who have no control. I'm assuming because I said the Cowboys need to play Trey Lance at this point because we know what we have with Cooper Rush. In my mind, the Cowboys gave up valuable draft capital and cash. Okay? Trey Lance is making more money than Cooper Rush. Trey Lance, they spent more draft capital on him than Cooper Rush. And you are literally about to let that walk out the door at the end of season because he is a free agent. So you've already invested. And as they say, if you're in for a penny, you're in for a pound. You need to know if maybe we should try and keep this guy so we don't have to look at getting another backup quarterback or not. You know what you have with Cooper Rush. You hopefully are only going to keep one of those guys next year. Find out if Trey Lance is viable. That's not hate on Cooper Rush. I know what we got with Cooper Rush. Now, if Cooper Rush plays and can get us some victories and get us to the playoffs, oh, hey, I'm happy as shit. I don't see it with the team as currently constructed. I don't see anybody, being able to lead this team into being a playoff or Super Bowl team. Your thoughts, Brian?
Yeah, listen, and as much as I love the playoffs, anything can happen, people. I'm not writing it off and saying I don't want them, but I don't think that it's going to happen this year. And we said it coming into the season. This 1 year lame duck stuff don't work. It just.
We just
anybody,
wasted a season.
Please tell me when the last time a lame duck situation like this ever worked, and I'll get to the chat. I'm not ignoring you guys, but do you just let me know when the last time a lame duck situation ever worked? It doesn't work, people.
It didn't work. It didn't work with Jason Garrett last year.
It don't work. Okay, these are adults, but let's face it, they're kids. These are these are athletes that have been coddled and been the best of the best, and they're young. They need a little more security. I think it's ridiculous. that Jerry Jones thought that this somehow he's surprised. Do we really believe, Mark, that Jerry's surprised?
Well, okay, it's two things, and neither of them are good. Either they're completely delusional and they honestly thought that going out and making a trade for Jordan Phillips and bringing in Linval Joseph and Carl Lawson and bringing back Zeke Elliott was going to make them a Super Bowl caliber team. If he believes that, then we're in trouble, because then you don't have a clear view on reality, or you're lying to us, which is more what I think it is.
Yeah, it's well, and I heard a little something that just everybody listen up here, like just really pay attention to this part, because I always make the case that I always say that the Cowboys like to be in it through the holidays to sell the merch, to sell the breast cancer awareness, salute to service. We're going to the salute to service game. That's what they like to do. I mean, they want to be relevant, but the playoff tickets went out this week. The playoff bills,
right,
where you have to pay money for your playoff tickets, and then if you don't make the playoffs, guess what? It goes to your season tickets next year. That's how it works. So they are trying to be relevant through this period, and they're a little surprised that they didn't make it as far as they wanted, as far as being in the conversation. Let's face it, the 3 and 4 digit networks have written this team off weeks ago. It's just finally that their record is such that they may be right. So,
well, I don't think they expected at this point of the season that the season basically would be over. I mean, let's be clear here. The Cowboys have been rebuilding since the mid-'90s, and it doesn't seem to be that they've figured out how to do it yet. This is going to sound terrible, because I remember a few years back, I think it was 2017, I said at that point, I said maybe the best thing is the Cowboys do lose games, because then they're going to get higher draft picks. And I literally had some people hating on me on my channel at that time, saying you want to win every game. And it's like, I hear what you're saying, but if it ends up being, I don't, even if we ended up, Cooper Rush wins 2 of the next 3 games and Dak comes back and we somehow sneak into the playoffs, we're not going anywhere. And the same problems that we have right now will carry over. If by chance we end up being, a top 5 pick, well, you got that first round pick, that's number 5. Then your second round pick is number 37. Then your next round pick is 67? And then 101. Then you've got something you can do, because we have all those picks. They all move up to the point where they're almost like the round before, as opposed to us drafting the last couple of years in the mid-20s and not getting guys that are impact players. That's one way to look at it, because the Cowboys aren't going to spend money in free agency. I've got Daryl Hammond says, make a T-shirt, greedy Dak that held the Cowboys back. Implying that, Dak Prescott getting paid is the reason why we didn't get any players. Well, I have to say the mistakes that they make with the salary cap, their over-evaluation of players of their own guys, they would have been better off getting a premier wide receiver or paying Amari Cooper than getting Michael Gallup, who was literally injured when they signed him. Just what? And we've made mistake after mistake after mistake. When you look at it and say, let's wait until after training camp is over to get CeeDee Lamb signed, you ended up, slowing down your offense and your cohesion. And your whole concept of, we're going to get more touches for CeeDee Lamb. I said before, you do that, he's not going to be able to hold up for a season. And here it is, boom.
Aiden Malik, what's up, my man? How are you? And I'll get to the chat. Aiden, I don't think CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott like each other. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that's the case. I think that's they're young, or CeeDee's young. You know, right, Mark? I mean, I would say he's a little immature. He's kind of.
I will say this much about CD. Okay, what he tried to do yesterday was a different CD than what we had seen before. We saw him check out in the game in Green Bay, or first half, and it was just like whatever. He tried to go through that game injured to try and play and help his team win. He actually earned a lot of respect from me yesterday for the first time.
Yeah, definitely. Chris Dooley, your team is already in trouble. You need an entire culture change and a true GM. Look how things change for us. Yeah, Chris, I don't doubt you. I will just say things can turn around quickly. We do have a nice base of talent to move forward with.
If we get them on the field.
But again, I'm not talking this year necessarily. I'm talking for the future. A lot has to play out. You know, in a little over 3 months, there's going to be one Super Bowl champion. Then we're all going to be looking towards next year. I'm not saying fast forward. Let's enjoy what we have left of the season. Teams like the Eagles and Washington are playing meaningful games, and we're playing with our you-know-what. So, unfortunately, but it happens, right? It happens. And Arturo says, with a losing season, Jerry's going to be hurting on his back pocket. Well, Arturo, as much as I would like to think that, brother, I don't see that. They're billionaires. Any people who get mad that we're going to a game, it's a drop in the bucket. The stadium is rented out for the next 2 years, year and a half,
touchdown
with
Kansas
events
City.
that have nothing to do with football. They got a damn boxing match, right, Mark, coming next week.
Shit. Yeah,
with Mike Tyson against Jake Paul. It's going to sell almost, probably sell out. So again, they're not hurting for money. They're not hurting for money. So, again, there's not much we could do. But I'm looking forward to going there, and Mark's going to bring his here's mic, and we're going to talk about. I want to talk to the locals. I'm curious if everybody feels like the way we all know how Wade feels. Wade wants to slice and dice. I'm curious to see
here's the interesting thing for everybody that says that we are lining Jerry's pockets. The reality is 90% of the tickets were already bought and paid for.
Yep.
Okay. They were bought and paid for. So the tickets that we ended up buying, and thank God we waited. We were looking at nosebleed seats like a month ago being, $380, $390, 400 level.
The fees.
Yeah, without the fees.
Which is over $500 with the fees.
Right. And so now
a ticket.
Yeah, 300 and what was with the fees? Like $327.
Yeah,
and $100 of that was the fees from SeatGeek.
And we're in the 300 level.
300 level, nice, nice spot.
We're right around the corner there. We're not behind the end zone. We're all behind. It was smart. Yeah, for
but I won't be buying any merch.
Yeah, well, I have to buy a few things, but nothing. Crazy. I know Phil was talking about, he may have to FedEx some stuff home. I'm like, whatever, bro. Have fun, man.
That's lining Jerry's pocket.
Yeah. Plus, AT&T Stadium has a Cotton Bowl next year's draft as next year's New Year's Day as part of the college football playoff. Yeah. Mark had mentioned this a while back. I mean, that stadium is rented out. They only play 8 or 9 games, 9 home games plus a couple preseason and maybe a playoff game. Yeah. So think about it.
Make sure
they're not making their money off the Cowboys.
No, here's a bigger reality though. It doesn't matter if people go to the stadium to see the game; they make more money from gambling. And shout out to BetUS.
I gotta change the channel.
Okay,
so I'll be right back. Make
sure you guys check out BetUS, where you can get 150% matching. 150% matching using the promo code YouTube150 on your first 3 deposits of up to $2,000. Now, my dad had 5 bets yesterday. He took 4 overs and took the under on the Cowboys. He was 3-2. He was like, well, I wasn't too happy. He always bets $25, so he was $25 up from where he started. So he's happy. We have fun with it and so on. So definitely check out BetUS and bet responsibly. So north of the border, Dwayne Sweeney, Big Spank Dog, bet you guys wish Dak took that $33 million offered to him before training camp. What? $33 million. Okay. They're 3-5. Why is everybody writing them off already? I'm an Eagle fan, but you can't lose hope to you. Well, here's the problem, Josh. I hear you, and I appreciate it that you're giving us encouragement. But the thing about the Cowboys, here's the thing about the Cowboys. They're always overly optimistic when we have injuries. Have you noticed that, Brian? You're muted. Okay.
Yes, their timetable stinks.
Wasn't Deron Bland supposed to be just a couple of weeks?
Yeah. Yep.
And this is week 10 now.
Well, they still haven't.
Right?
They still. Yes.
Micah, they were talking about maybe 2 weeks, and this is week 5.
Yeah, they still haven't told us about D-Law.
It's like he's not even on the team anymore. You don't even hear about him.
Might be
done for the year.
Not see him. I don't know. I think you'll see him, but I don't know. It is touch and go. So right. Again, all we had to have done was won a couple of these games. Yesterday's game was so winnable. People, when you look at the stats, and it wasn't like there was a blowout or nothing. Dallas pretty much won every stat except the penalties, which is
the
coaching.
Fake punt,
I'm
man.
sorry, but that's coaching.
That fake punt that hurt.
Oh, that was embarrassing. I looked at. I was sure by myself, but I was just very, very embarrassed.
I was like, you got to be kidding me.
Our defense is playing
your defense is right, because we gave up the ball twice around midfield to them. 2 of the drives, they had the ball midfield. One of them, the defense kept them out of there. Okay, play field position, punt the football, let your defense hopefully get a stop and get the ball back. You gave them a ball on the 38 freaking yard line, dude.
Crazy.
It's like, come on, man.
You saw Mike McCarthy, who's normally very stoic. You saw
throw the
him.
book down. Yeah, throw.
He lost his absolute mind.
And I can't say I blame him.
No, but it's
then
on his watch,
you see
man.
situations where we've got 12 men in the huddle. And then another time where we only have 10 guys on the field. What the hell's going on? This is football 101. This is where, at least don't screw yourself by taking 12 men in the huddle penalty. At least all the damn times we've lined up in the backfield with Tyler Guyton and Terrence Steele, bro, I'm going to see if I can get it dressed out for the game. I can do it. Listen, I can do this with like Terrence Steele. I'm serious. I can stand there and let a guy go past.
Yeah, I think what the future might hold for him is he might be sliding in to play a little guard. I think he might actually do well. I don't know. We'll have to see. Or he's going to be a cut.
June 1st cut, probably.
Yeah,
in which case, we'll have dead money over 2 years.
More dead money. That would be a lot of dead money. Dustin, game time. Did you see Walker Wade super chat? Yes, I thanked him. He didn't say nothing.
You know what, Stephen R? I'm going to let you know, Stephen R. Tonight's not tonight, bro. Tonight's not tonight. For you to literally say that he's nothing more than a backup quarterback after me watching Trevor Lawrence throw an interception to end the game where they had a chance to win the game, who is the second highest paid guy out there. Because, see, here's what I know. I'm looking at the Kansas City Chiefs that lost their starting wide receiver. What did they do? They went out and they got DeAndre Hopkins. They lost their starting running back. What did they do? They went out and they got Kareem Hunt. And this is with the best quarterback in football, who is struggling. I believe he has more interceptions than Dak Prescott. Jackass. You understand me? He's got more interceptions than Dak Prescott, and he has a hell of a lot better team around him. And the reason why they are 7-0 is they have a defense that's stopping. They're not shooting themselves in the foot with all these damn penalties. They, when they have a need, go out and get it. When you literally have one weapon, have the worst running game, have the worst separation in football, I'm sorry, you're expecting the man to actually make a miracle. He is literally going to take water and turn it into wine to take this offense and make it succeed. Don't be that guy. I'm not putting up with this shit tonight. I'm not. I'm letting you know, Stephen R., I am not putting up with this shit, because I'll be the one that'll block you and say, please do not ever come back. I don't care who you are, what you change your name to. Don't be that stupid. This is not Dak Prescott's fault. This is the Joneses that literally said, you know, Tony Pollard, we can't afford him. We'll bring back Zeke. We'll bring back Zeke. And we'll get Dalvin Cook, another washed old back. Okay, this is the same team that said, let's go take a 4th-round pick that we could have gotten a young stud running back and spend it on Trey Lance, not to mention the $5 million, and then turns around and say, you know, we couldn't afford Derrick Henry. We couldn't afford Derrick Henry. Or now, he didn't fit what we're doing. You mean winning? So don't. I'm not putting up with that tonight. Thank you. Sorry. I didn't mean to rant on your channel.
No, you're good.
Jeff Lee in the house, what's up?
Mark Holmes, what's up, man? I've been watching your show for a long time, and I appreciate your views of the team. So there you go. You got.
Well, I appreciate that.
Thomas
Holly Pierce.
Yeah, Thomas said if we win the game in San Francisco, that would have set us up for a huge run. Well, Thomas, all we needed was to win a couple of those just to hover around 500 when we get to Thanksgiving. Now, technically, we still could, but again, now you're asking to go out and beat first place teams. One this week, no, not this week. One next week. Well, one yesterday. One next week. Eagles are a game behind. So again, look, we have a work cut out for
the
us.
Texans, of course.
Yeah,
and then Washington.
Yeah. Well, Tommy, there you go. The Chiefs are still trying to get Lattimore. Let's not forget the trade deadline is tomorrow. Now, I'm not saying I want Dallas to be players. Last year is when they needed to go out and get a linebacker and a running back, and they decided to do nothing. You watch, Mark. This year, when they should just stand pat and actually maybe sell a couple players, they're going to go and do something stupid try and I don't know what they're doing. They're so ass backwards. It's pathetic. You
are still missing the point there, bro. I hear what you're saying, that you're paying $60 million. You have to beat top teams. I hear that. That sounds great in theory, and the same theory that Stephen Jones has, which is why we're losing. Because, here it is. Josh Allen's one of the top paid ones out there, right? And they realize we need another receiver. They decided we're going to get another weapon for him. With the New York Jets, Aaron Rodgers, he's supposed to be the best in the business, right? The Jets gave up a boatload for him, so isn't he supposed to win by himself? They went out. They went out and they got Devontae Adams to try and help him too, right? Who have we gotten anybody to help ours?
Dak's running out of time, Mark. He's in the fourth quarter.
I agree. He is in the fourth quarter. But here's my question here. I was sitting here because I had to get the wife's car taken care of and things, right? And so I'm sitting there waiting. And in my mind, remember what I said about Dak? I said, he needs to go to the Joneses and say, are you going to be about something, or are we just here for publicity? And if you're about trying to build a team, okay, then I'll sign a contract.
Right.
Or I'll give you a team-friendly contract so we can put some people around you so I can try and win a Super Bowl. But if you're not, then pay me, I'm going to take you for every cent that you have. But then I started thinking, why even do that? Half the fan base hates you. They're not doing anything to get you closer to winning a Super Bowl.
I don't know why they re-signed them.
That's what I'm saying. I don't understand it. If this is what you're going to do, it literally say we're going to do more with less. This is a team that they didn't say that back when they were winning Super Bowls. Did I miss that?
Not at all.
I would have thought that going out and getting Charles Haley and Deion Sanders wasn't doing it with less, was it?
Joey Garcia wants me to trash Dak. I said that like you guys were yesterday. Joey Garcia. I keep it real. Something was off with Dak. You could tell he just wasn't right, but I'd like to run. And now all of a sudden that's the thing, oh, well, he shouldn't run. Again, he needed to run yesterday. Dak hasn't been great. I don't think Mark would argue that.
I'm not saying he's going to be.
He's not the. I don't think he's the problem, Joey Garcia. But yes, I have been critical, and it seems like that's what the fans want to hear. They want you to destroy a particular player.
Okay.
Again, I said he wasn't the reason why we lost. I did see though that seemed like he's having a little bit of an issue. I don't know. Maybe like Mark said off air, maybe the leg is worse than we thought. And if that's the case, why are we paying that kind of money for a quarterback? So, I mean, it's just a frustrating time, Joey. I hear what you're saying. Mark is lathered up tonight, justifiably so. Again, CZ says it's Eagles week, Mark. You got to take the heat. Don't be so salty.
Oh, I'm salty as fuck. Okay. I wish I had my salt lick here, but it's back at the Red Brick House. And I'm going to stay salty. I got to do the Dan Salio show, and then there's something extra happening this week. I can't say just yet, not until tomorrow about it, but with BetUS, that literally is going to put me on Front Street again, dealing with this yin-yang crap. Okay, so I'm salty.
Got a question for you.
What's up?
He wants to know, with Dak being out the next 2 weeks,
it's going to be longer than 2 weeks, bro.
Do you believe that Cooper Rush can turn the ship around?
Here's the misnomer that happened when Cooper Rush, because everybody's like, oh well, he's 4-1 as a starter, which is true. But I believe that our defense was giving up an average of 18 points a game.
Yeah, they stepped it up.
And we were literally just scoring like 22 points a game.
They don't have the capacity to.
And we had a running game.
Our defense is so banged up that when you get an effort like you got yesterday, you need to win that game. That's the bottom line. That's where and I'm getting a lot of flack when I say it's all coaching. The offensive line coach needs to go. He stinks. Sorry. He was on the coaching staff under Tom Landry. Mike Solari is not a good offensive line coach. I don't care what anybody says. It hasn't looked right all year. This offensive line hasn't been able to work and pick up a stunt all year. Teams are looking at the film going, all we got to do is just stunt with the defensive line and we get home every time. This is a team who can't get to the quarterback yesterday, and they got to the quarterback. This Sunday, they're going to make the Eagles line look like the purple people eaters if they, because they're going to come out and they're going to stunt, they're going to stunt, they're going to stunt. That's just what's going to happen. Mark, you think Jerry expects out of Dak after paying him $16 million? Mark, what exactly do you think Jerry expects after paying him $16 million?
See, I think you guys think that it's about winning with the Joneses. I think that you guys actually think it's winning with the Joneses. See, Dak Prescott has made more money for the Dallas Cowboys. For Dak Prescott to constantly be the lightning rod, he takes the focus off. Because, see, like Stephen R. over here and everything else, pissed off at Dak Prescott and things, when you literally have a team that is an abomination. I'm not saying Dak Prescott is playing good, because he's not. He's not playing at all. But I look at it right now and I say there are very few guys on this team that are playing well. There are very few on this team. There is not a whole lot of good coaching that's going on in this team. And you have to look at this as the guy who is buying the groceries and has been for all these years, who made Mike McCarthy a lame duck coach and undermined him and did not give him the talent that they need to be successful. You can't honestly think that I can go out here right now and say, you know what, I'm going to grab this guy, this guy, this guy, and this guy, and I'm going to put them together, and I'm going to make a 4x100 team, and we're going to go compete in the Olympics and think that that's going to succeed. You've got to get studs. You look at the talent that the Eagles have versus the Cowboys. Saquon, because I literally listened to Leo talking about, well, we lost A.J. Brown. Even without A.J. Brown, you got more talent on your team collectively than we do when we're completely healthy.
We said that at the beginning of the year, that I thought, we did both sides of the ball, and the Eagles just have more. I think their defense, and their defense is coming along, but I just think they have too many good players on offense and a few on defense that they outnumbered us. They outgunned us, especially on offense. So, that's a fact. Anybody that has a set of eyes can be real with that. Daniel and Mark Holmes, do you think that even with the guys coming back from injury that we still not be enough to make some sort of run?
You might be able to, but it's probably going to be too little too late.
Yeah, too little too late. 49ers fan, just put in Trey Lance.
Unless you win the next 3 games, it's going to be hard. You lose another one, you've got 6 losses.
Just so everybody is aware, we're at 5 losses already.
Yeah.
That was our loss total for the last 3 years, 12-5. So we're already at the limit. So
right. So that would say if you lose 2 of the next 3, you almost got to say you have to be perfect in the rest of the way. Because then that would be 10-7.
Troll, 49ers fan. Dak deserves $70 million instead of the 60.
To take the shots and shit he has to? Okay.
Yeah,
let me put it here like this, because
3-0 Chiefs, by the way.
Here's what we have here. I want to read these numbers. Teams that rush the football. Baltimore Ravens are averaging 191 yards. Are they a good team?
Yes.
Philadelphia Eagles are averaging 174 yards per game. Are they a good team?
Yes.
The Washington Commanders are rushing 163 yards a game. Are they a good team?
Yes.
San Francisco 49ers are rushing 159 yards. Are they a good team?
They are.
The Green Bay Packers are rushing 154 yards per game.
Yes, they're a good team.
They mollywopped us. The Lions are rushing 152 yards a game. Are they a good team?
Yeah, of course. They're probably the odds-on favorite to come out of the NFC.
Now, we look at all those quarterbacks from the Ravens, the Eagles, Washington, San Francisco, Green Bay, and the Lions, and we all say, those are great quarterbacks, right? But every one of them are averaging over 150 yards per game on the ground.
It does help. I mean, you have to understand that not everybody can be a Patrick Mahomes, and even with Patrick Mahomes, they seem to be able to run the ball with whoever they put back there.
Kansas City's averaging 122 yards.
When you step back, Dak has a horrible running game, and that hurts him. Much as I've been critical.
Let's do the reverse of this. The Raiders are averaging 76.9 yards a game. Are they a good team?
No.
The Cowboys are averaging 82. Are they a good team?
Who?
Cowboys.
No, they're not a good team.
The Jets are averaging 87. Are they a good team?
No, they're not a good team.
Okay. So you're saying Aaron Rodgers needs a running game?
Yes.
Okay. The Cleveland Browns, 91 yards a game. Are they a good team?
No, absolutely not.
Seattle Seahawks, 91 yards. Are they a good team?
Not much better than us.
Okay. The Bengals, 94 yards.
They're decent, but not great.
The Rams, 97 yards.
Rams, 97. Yeah, I think
they got. Is it 3 wins or they have 4 wins?
I'm not sure. They won yesterday. I think they're at 4.
All right, and so you then have Carolina Panthers with 100 yards.
Yeah, no, they're not a good team.
And New England,
not a good team.
So when you look at that and you see the direct correlation of running the football, the difference is all the best teams in football can run the football. The only one that I would say that isn't up there in the very top is Kansas City, but they're still running 122 yards. They're still doing 50 yards more a game than we are. But we look and we say, well, Pat Mahomes, he's an awesome quarterback.
Well,
they got a top 5 defense.
That's what we were excited about, remember, after the draft. But when you put them all together with this offensive line coach, I think Guyton's going to be okay. He's not playing bad. He's just he's in over his head, and I don't think this O-line coach can help him midseason. I think he's going to be better. We knew he was going to be, struggle out of the gate. Cooper Beebe is in the top 3 in the league in pass. Believe it or not, in pass pro. Where they're struggling is on their combination blocks getting to the linebackers. It's a lot of
Eagles down under. I'll get to you in a second. Appreciate it.
It's a lot of that stuff. And I'll get to this last super chat, and then, Mark, you can hit yours. Everything goes hand in hand. Wait, what's one of the what? Clemente. Where'd you go, brother? There it is. Game time, Brian. There are 8 teams with 2 wins. What's wrong with them? How's their QB doing? Yeah, I'd have to look at that. You obviously know the answer, Clemente. So, again, we're all frustrated, but I don't think Mark just laid out that if we had a better running game, Dak would be better. And that's just a fact. Look what the Eagles have. Jalen was under fire. And now all of a sudden they got Saquon, and he's looking good all of a sudden. So you need a good running game. Anyway, you can get to yours.
Clemente says, well, I admit that the Eagles' defensive backs are better than theirs. I mean, that theirs are better than ours. We haven't really seen ours out on the field.
Ours is, I'm not going down that road with certain people. No, Bland hasn't played all year. If I'm an Eagle fan, I'm happy with my young draft picks. Why can't we just leave it at that? Why does everything have to be Dallas versus the Eagles? Okay. Does that make you feel better this year? Yes. Okay. I would say their defense is playing better than our defense. Absolutely. Again, Bland hasn't played a game yet. Diggs has had a really good season coming off an ACL. Okay. They're not throwing much his way. The one big play yesterday was a broken play. That wasn't necessarily his fault. So, I'm not making excuses for Diggs, but he really impressed me. Welcome, Tommy. Welcome, my man. Thank you for being a Mailheads crew. You go in the hopper, brother. You go in the hopper, and you get a chance to win a customized jersey in the Super Bowl.
Oh, there you go.
So, yes.
All right, we got Thomas Roth in the
Get
house.
Get a Jaden Daniels jersey.
Ghostface Gammy. Aisha Robinson. Hello, Aisha. Hope you're doing good. Let me say hello to the ladies. Aisha Robinson.
Thanks, Tommy.
Roland's Review. Queen Bella, that picture you had on Twitter, damn, looking gorgeous. That was one of my bright spots of my day because it's been a hellacious day. Holly Pierce, what's going on? And help me, Rhonda Sparks. Rhonda, shout out to Rhonda.
Thanks, brother. Yeah, just a shout out to all my channel members. I'm going to make it a channel member Zoom tomorrow when I go live at 2:00. So any channel member can log in and be a part of the trade deadline show. So we're going to go live at 2. So normally I do a channel member, but since it's me and Mark, it's kind of hard for us both to get to the chat when it's everybody talking. So
I forgot about that. I've got to be out. I got to go out and do some work. I've got to take my dad to the doctor and then do some work.
We're not doing nothing anyway, but
yeah, we're not.
I will be streaming. I'm home, so I might as well do it.
Kenny said Dak had great players around him and still couldn't do nothing. Okay. I just can't.
You're going to lose your wrench very soon, Logan. You keep that up. Anyway, what the heck's going on, Vinny? What's happening? What's going on in here? Just let them say whatever.
Mike Aldana, thank you for the emails. Please keep them coming. I'm going live more often. Actually, shout out to Rhonda. She purchased a brick for our walkway of fame, and it is now officially ordered. Well, we're doing that brick walkway, and I think
Maybe put a link in your chat. They can come over there.
Yeah, I have to find the damn link. Actually, it's in my phone. But
See,
we're
Larry
doing.
Woods. I haven't
got
talked to
3.
him in a while. He was a channel member, but he's really busy. So, but yeah, I saw he bought 3 bricks. God bless him.
Yeah, he got 3 bricks. My wife was like, "Did they mess up and send 3?" I said, "No." Well, I said he paid for
He
3.
lives in Miami. He's got money.
And she was like, "Well, did he accidentally like order 3 and not realize it?" Well, I said, if he did, he's got 3 there now. I can say that much. But we.
Yeah, so it's $100 a brick, and you can have. I know I'm going to get one. How many lines can you? How many lines can you get?
You can do 4 lines with up to 22 characters on it.
Okay, 22 characters. Okay. Yeah, and it goes to a good cause. So he's trying to get on the national registry. Coyote. So what are we doing until the the draft? So what are we going to do until the draft? Well,
we're going to still watch these games.
We're going to watch the games. Just when you think,
oh God, fuck you, Philly. No.
What happened?
He texts me, "Hi, it's me, your hero Dak. We suck." Fuck you,
Coyote.
Philly.
Thanks, brother. Yeah. So
I'm getting trolled so hard.
We're gonna watch the games, and we're gonna look at the teams that are good and appreciate it. Maybe we'll get good. This happens every now and again. Okay, this happens. So I'm curious to see what they do with Micah Parsons, and I'm curious to see how he plays for the rest of the season. I'm really curious to see what they do with the new coaching staff, and are they going to go with a defensive coach? Are they going to go with an offensive-minded coach? I'm kind of all over the map, like Mark. On one side, I want Ben Johnson from the Detroit Lions, but then I'm looking at it, I'm like, how's that going to mesh with Dak right now? Maybe go and get a defensive coach that runs a 3-4 and make our defense really good. Go out and get the pieces needed to run a 3-4, and then add a young coordinator. You can still add a young mind. So
you're not going to want to hear this. You're not going to want to hear this, but I have a feeling that Mike McCarthy is not going anywhere. Because I think the Joneses are comfortable with him. I honestly,
I thought you were looking at something. I'm like, no, he's not coming back.
No. Here's my thoughts. Because I can't. This is me trying to put shit together because none of this makes any sense. Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb signing back, knowing that they're not doing anything, right?
Right.
Mike McCarthy going through the season without having an extension, right?
Yes.
The Cowboys signing them, getting a little bit of cap room and things like that, and so on. I think that we've had a meeting of the minds where they said, listen, we don't have enough right now. We could go ahead and try and get a couple of older guys right now and try and do something. But how about this? Let's go all in for next year. We're just going to play bad this year. We're just going to take our lumps. We're going to get some experience with our young guys. We're going to clear up some of these salaries, and we're going to go ahead and try and do something the next couple of years. They can roll over $20 million, to next year with the $20 million they have, even with Dak and CD's contracts, which, everybody's already, how everybody always goes crazy about how much Dak is going to get paid down the road. And every year it's never been that much. You know what I'm saying? We were talking about
Cowboys Daily. Welcome, my friend. Welcome.
This is the only thing that makes sense to me is the Cowboys say, we've got all these draft picks and we want to maximize those. And the way we maximize those is losing this year. Is that a crazy thing?
I've heard that a lot. I've heard that a lot about
we got Tampa Bay leading.
Yeah, the Tampa Bay scored. Mike Fisher had said there was a quiet behind the scenes that this was always the plan. The plan was to be borderline playoff team, not add to it. Maybe they catch lightning in a bottle. Then when they lost all the players, I get what certain people are saying. Well, they were asked with all the players, but that doesn't mean with a young team, young offensive line, that you were going to be asked for the whole year. I think that would be a fool to think, wow, you started out the first 2 games ass. So, well, not the first game. We won our first game, but we lost a couple of really bad games. So that was bad. So that was just going to continue for the whole year. That's a false narrative. But there was an tone of this was always going to happen. 2025 is a reset year. There's no way and I told Wade, there's no way it's a mass rehaul when you have 15 players coming back on new deals, basically. I mean, we're talking, just look at him, Mark. Look on the offensive line. Tyler Smith, Pro Bowler. He's not going nowhere. Cooper Beebe, not going nowhere. Anywhere. Tyler Guyton, not going nowhere. That's
Zach Martin might be.
Well, yeah, and that's fine.
And I think
CeeDee Lamb,
see, here's
nowhere.
what I think.
They're going to re-sign Jake Ferguson, correct? Yes.
Yes.
So, again, Hunter Lepke's not going nowhere. The running back's okay, but, I mean, there's a lot of pieces on the defense. Micah, he ain't going nowhere.
But Brandon Cooks will be.
Yeah, but I mean, that's fine. But I'm saying, like, you have a lot of pieces on this team, Mark, that aren't going anywhere. Trayvon Diggs, Micah Parsons.
Here's what really hurts the Dallas Cowboys offensive line, which I don't think they counted on, because I think they thought that Terrence Steele, a year removed from the ACL, would be back to where he was his second year.
Benny, correct.
And that did not happen. And I don't think they were expecting Zach Martin to literally age over one season. But right now, Zach Martin is not looking anywhere near the all-pro Zach Martin from last year. Dak took the deal just before the season opener, knowing Jerry not giving him more weapons. He knew they suck, so he and Jerry are the same. CeeDee Lamb proved he's a warrior. Hope he leaves. All right, Stacy, I appreciate the super chat. If you know what, here's the thing: if the Cowboys weren't going to do anything, why wouldn't I take every penny that I can? We all know that everybody in the Dallas Cowboys, it's an every man for himself. Now, I will say, did you see any of the Micah Parsons stuff today?
I did not. I just watched your one video driving home.
I didn't watch all of it and things like that, but he didn't have any guests today. There was no big play Slay, because I was like, if he got big play Slay in there today, I'm going to be pissed off. He didn't have that. He didn't have Diggs on there. And he was doing, here's where he did the walk of shame makeup, okay? He did a top 5 list of clutch quarterbacks in the fourth quarter. Guess who we had number 5?
Who's that?
Dak.
Really?
Yeah.
Who did?
Micah did. I said, this is the makeup call. So
I was going to make up because he didn't have him in his.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. It's like the officials make a bad call, then later on they give you a good call to try and even it out. Here's what happened. I was watching the Mike McCarthy press conference, and for a guy whose team, and this is why I say it makes sense to me, because for a team that is not doing good, Mike McCarthy doesn't look like a coach that's about to lose his job. He's not acting like it. And so Micah Parsons went on early today at 4:00 doing his podcast. So I've got them both up on the screen. I'm not listening to Micah Parsons, but then I saw Dak Prescott as he's going through his list of clutch quarterbacks. I was like, wait a minute, what the hell? Last week you guys trashed him. This week you're praising him.
Yeah.
You know the old saying, you don't miss the water till the well runs dry.
Yeah, right.
And
exactly.
Rhonda, an honor to buy a brick. Hubby and I thought where we'd like to place our name somewhere, it could be imprinted forever. Red Brick House is our heart, and remember how beautiful you and your family are. Very proud. Thank you, Rhonda. The link is actually pinned, and what it is you can basically, it's $100, and the proceeds of it is going to help us get the house registered on the National Registry. But it's not just buying a brick. With the brick, you can end up putting what you want. Within reason, I did get an Eagle fan in there, but he didn't say anything about Cowboys Eagles, so I appreciate that. I've got somebody who Spa Paws or something
Sanchez
like that.
Got a brick.
Yeah, and he said dirty deeds done dirt cheap.
Dirty D. That's from that song.
Yeah, AC/DC.
Yeah.
Stacy White. I don't blame Dak for taking the money. Just saying he deserves no excuses. Dak's eyes were wide open, and I don't hear him crying and saying, "Oh, you guys are being so mean to me. It's not being fair." If anything, he's been a stand-up guy and saying, "I got to do better." He's probably the only one because everybody else is pointing the finger. You've had Jerry Jones saying, well, we got the players here. They need better play calling. You got Mike McCarthy saying, we got to practice better. You know, everybody else is kind of, don't look at me. At least Dak is saying, hey, I'll take the blame. And I appreciate the super chat, Stacy and Rhonda, lovely Sparks. Appreciate y'all. Queen Bella. How can we purchase a brick? Oh, Queen.
That's why I said put it in the chat.
It's pinned at the top. The red brick house bricks, right? That's right there. So I think I have like 14 customized bricks that are going to be here in 2 weeks.
If I order one today, will I be on this batch?
If you get it before Wednesday, I think Wednesday is the cutoff.
I'll do
so
one tomorrow.
Do it tomorrow, so that way I can get Miss Tracy to go ahead and say, get
Twiz
these
needs
approved.
a brick. He said he just did a super chat. He said he needs a brick and have Dak's playoff record on it.
That's a no-go. That'll be rejected.
That would be. I think what we do
that will be. I will send your money back to you in pennies. In pennies.
Can we just do an image, Twiz? Just have like a bowl of like gravy with a hand stirring the gravy. That's what we need to do.
You could do that. I think you could. If you can find that logo, you could
upload an image. I'm gonna do Mazy's Pacilio in his Dallas Cowboy uniform.
Oh shit!
Yeah, picture. So
Mark is jealous of KC.
Mazy.
And Lola's got one that says Miss Hot Sauce on it. Okay, right. So it'll forever be a place that when I show up there, it'll be full of memories and things. And
yeah,
you know, at some point, I'm going to be like the like Mary and David Bush. It's kind of crazy that they are the people who sold the land 205 years ago. They're literally buried 150 feet from the house. And I can see him standing on the front porch there. So hopefully when I'm taking that dirt nap, people will still see my name and stuff and what we did at that house. That's my legacy. That's what I'm leaving behind.
Maybe you could be buried next door.
What I actually thought about doing, because my wife's got me thinking differently, is she's always said she doesn't want to take up any space, so she wants to be cremated.
Right.
And I've always said that I figure that I'm going to hell early. But I'm thinking about getting cremated and having my ashes spread around there.
Really?
Why not?
Hey, you can do whatever you want.
Where when we go dump it on Dallas? Okay. Put me at midfield.
Oh, God.
I don't think they'd let me do that.
I think what they do is they should spread your ashes all over the Commanders' the practice facility.
Well, you know, I tell you, we actually had a really cool friend of ours who ended up having non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. He died at 36 years of age. And what they did is they did like little teeny vessels of his ashes and gave them to people.
Mouse. We're not.
So when we did the road trip to all the NFL teams in 2012. We took Damien's ashes with us.
Oh, that was nice.
And on the very last one, we were coming back from Buffalo, New York, and coming back on, I guess it's Lake Erie. There's a place called Sunset Beach. And we stopped there, and that's where I poured out his ashes. Because
you don't want to have like a headstone where like people could go and say this is where Mark Holmes is buried and leave something nice.
That's the red brick house.
Yeah, I know. But if you don't have your ashes there.
My ashes just spread around the house. I'm here. I'm part of the. I'm growing as a tree and a flower.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. The day you are born is the day you start to die. Chuck, yeah, that's
You're
a
right
fact.
about that.
I'm playing Brian. It goes.
And you know what?
Mouse, we're good. It's just a moment of
Here's okay. I don't want to be morbid here. Okay. But see, here's what I can say. If I die tonight, right, people will look at the red brick house and they'll say, man, look what they did with this place. They took something that was terrible and they created and brought it back to its beauty to live on, right? That's what they would say about me. If Jerry Jones died tonight, and I don't mean to be morbid or stuff, what would people say about Jerry Jones right now? They probably say, thank God he's gone. Maybe we'll get a GM or something, or maybe the team will.
Watch this pass, Mark.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Watch
what
the
a
catch
pass by Patrick Mahomes. What a catch.
With three people around him.
Now, and you can finish your story, but if Kevontae Turpin catches that in the last two games, we may win both of the games. But anyway.
Yeah, there you go. And you can talk about Dak all you want to, but, it's not just him. We had a lot of drops and a lot of penalties and things that are hamstringing the team. But that's Pat Mahomes. Anyway, and that's an incredible catch. But two of the D-backs are not looking around. They're not turning their head. If he turned his head, he could have got an interception.
Yeah.
But
so anyway,
if you're looking at Jerry Jones, your thoughts are going to be, for 30 years, he chased the memory of Jimmy Johnson and kept running the team into the ground. The team is worse off now that he held on for too long. That's what people are going to say. You want to finish up your story on a high note. You're not finishing this thing up on a high note right now. You are literally starting all over again.
Yeah.
You're going to end up having another coach. You're literally going to have to start.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to get back to. You really think they're going to bring back McCarthy?
You keep hearing him. It's like at this point, you make a move just to make a move.
They should then well, then why not sign him to an extension already? That's why I don't think it's happening.
If it were about winning, you would probably bring somebody else in. But again, they know they can run over with Mike McCarthy, and he's just their lapdog.
But I don't know that he wants to be that lapdog anymore.
I wouldn't. Well, you know what? I would have thought.
Have you seen him lately? He's a miserable.
I would have thought that Dak Prescott wouldn't want to be here, knowing that they're not bringing people around him.
That's true.
Right? And that's where I kind of...
He even says we suck. DeAndre Hopkins, touchdown. He's not washed.
Stacey White, Dak saying, I can do better is false hope to fans. That's not standing up to paint himself as a 20... Okay. All right, Stacey. I hear what you're saying.
Daniel,
but how's that any different than what... I mean, what do you expect him to say, Stacey? What do you expect him to say? He went out there, for all we know, his leg could be fucked up. I mean, I know.
If that's the case, why would you then sign him to that deal?
Why would they sign Jalen Smith to an extension?
No offense to Dak, but if you're not that guy, you're not that guy, pal.
Because it's about drama, bro. It's about drama. Hold it. Seriously? You're actually questioning that when they just signed Terrence Steele with an ACL after they signed Michael Gallup with an ACL?
And turned
That's what they do.
Yeah, I know.
That's what they do.
They didn't get a bargain with Dak, is what I'm saying. He's the highest paid quarterback in the league.
Yeah, but you know what you get with Dak, though? Constantly in the news. Constantly. He's the lightning rod. Even though the Joneses screwed up, who is getting the lion's share of blame and venom?
Dak.
There you go. And see, that's where people don't understand, because people are always talking about they need to fire and get rid of Roger Goodell, man. He sucks as a commissioner. You know why they pay him like $50 million? Because he takes all the bullets for the owners.
Right.
The owners do some stupid shit. They're not putting the owners out there on Front Street. They're putting Roger Goodell. So he's taking the shot. People don't understand how the system works. You get Dak. Dak keeps you at least relevant. We saw what happens when we had Andy Dalton as a quarterback, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Right?
He sucked.
Dak, we ain't spent any money, and Dak's got his playoffs 3 years straight. Now, as much as we're killing Dak right now, how many times in the last 30 years did we go to the playoffs 3 years in a row? I'll wait.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. I mean, it's all about what you do in the playoffs, but getting there is what the Joneses really care about. I think I know what you're saying, but I think the Joneses are like, hey, I just want to get to the playoffs, and maybe we get lucky one year. But they don't want to do what they got to do.
Yes, Keith, blame me. And you know what? I actually said that we're part of the problem. We're part of the problem because we shovel the shit for the Joneses and help make you believe. When we go to training camp and we look at the guys that we have out there, the Jalen Brooks and the Ryan Fauntleroy or Fournette or however you say his name, shit. We tell you, oh my God, they look like the Dennis Houston, the one-handed catch, and we put it out there on social media. We have you all believing that guy is Odell Beckham Jr. We have me, making y'all believe that, Mazy's Aaron Donald. Mazy been putting in the work, man. Mazy looking good in practice and everything else. And we buy into the stuff that we don't need any other players. Mm-hmm. We literally help sell the shit for Jerry Jones.
Let me ask you this. Let's say we get a top 10 draft pick and one of those quarterbacks, Cam Ward, Shedeur Sanders, drop those. You think we're taking one?
Probably. Knowing the Cowboys? Probably.
Yeah, I think you would have to just for leverage, and at some point, I mean, you got to just do what's best for the team.
We got a first round quarterback on the roster right now. They probably won't cost you much on the cap more than what that is.
Tommy One says, "Man, Mazy looking good." Mazy actually flashed, but yeah, he's not great. Cam Ward is a super.
He's
good.
better than Mazy Cilio.
Definitely. Well, and if anybody doesn't know why I call Mazy Cilio, I'm not on the Dan Cilio show. Mark goes every Wednesday. I wouldn't expect him to say that, but I would. But only because he went so hard in on Mazi Smith, and I don't even think to Dan Cilio, I don't even think he's ever saw Mazi really play. I don't think he really watches that close of an eye. But again, for a first round guy to be crapping on another guy not even 2 years in. And then to find out that Jimmy Johnson, after Dan's career, basically told him that you wasted your talent. You didn't put the work in. You got you wasted it. And Dan Cilio would tell you he was a dog in the pros. So who are you to sit there and criticize another young man? That's the only thing I have an issue with. But hey, Cilio was way better. Not in the pros, he wasn't Bruce Banner. Not in the pros, he wasn't. He was a stiff. A little better. Maybe a little better. I'm just saying. Yeah. He tells the story, Bruce. He tells the story that he didn't take it serious. I think he got a $300,000 signing bonus. And, he basically didn't put in the work. I don't care how good you are. If you don't put the work in, you're not going to be good. Tommy One, that's exactly right. It may be about coaching, but at this point, I just need to see Mazy do something. Be part of the rotation. The fact that they made him the number one guy on that defensive line was a joke. That's egregious.
That's where the whole trade Dak. Okay, all right. You can't trade Dak at the deadline, people. He's got a no trade clause. Okay.
I love Sills Twiz, but we both know he's not an Eagle fan or a Cowboy fan. He's a troll fan. He wants to hit your buttons, and he does it well.
I expect nothing from Dak, but I expect fans to stop paying Dak's salary to be lied to. I stopped going to games in 2019.
Who's that?
Stacey White. Shout out to Stacey White.
What's up, Stace?
Now, I'm going to ask a question. Stacey, are you a lady or a gentleman?
No, it's a guy.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah, Stace is a guy. I think that's. He's
Steve
Steve
Urkel. I drank Joe Boo's rum. Okay, I said, "F you, Joe Boo." I do it myself. Victor
Mazy's not great out.
Oh my God,
but,
Victor, stop coming here every week and asking me if I'm going on the Dan Saleo show. I go every week. Now shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up, Victor. Jeez, you spanned it 50 goddamn times. I show up, although it may not be on Wednesday because I'm doing something else. If that's okay with you, Jesus Christ. That's why you got banned over here. You and your 50 other personalities on this channel. Stop spamming, bro. Jeez. Stephen R.
Lewis, Stephen R. Wilson, and Clark are going to be traded.
Stephen R. Are you like getting a hard on down in your mama's Lewis, basement here with your troll takes that you're pissing me off? Is that what's going on?
I would trade Donovan Wilson if I could. And Clark.
See, shut up. Hold on.
Bruce, he does get roasted on there. Mark takes a beat. You know what it is, Bruce? I don't care.
Stacey White is a lady.
Okay, then I'm thinking of another Stace. I have a like Stacy in my chat, and
we love you, Stacy, even if you are trolling the hell out of me.
Bruce, what I don't like is all the verbal attacks in the chat. I think it goes too far. But again, if Mark's okay with it, why should I be upset?
Wait a minute,
I miss these game time and Mark live streams.
Did I miss some?
No,
moves?
I haven't been on there. I haven't seen your last 3. I've been normally work on Wednesdays, and for me it's tough to watch because I should just go on your side, I guess, and watch your chat.
You know what, Thomas? That might be a good thing.
It's brutal, man. The shit that they call you, it's uncalled for. It's absolutely uncalled for. And I'm actually surprised that Xander doesn't like do a little something.
Oh, well, I don't even look at the chat over there.
Yeah, well,
I don't even know.
That's fine. I forgot that. Know what it is? I forget that you live stream while you're on there, and I should just go under you. But whatever. It gets.
You know what though?
It's enough to get eaten alive by.
It's okay. You know what? That just shows how small they are. Just shows how small they are. And it's fine because, it's helping. For those out there who think that I'm
Dustin,
I get
brutal, man.
I get absolutely nothing out of that.
Yeah,
honestly, I'm not getting paid for it or anything else. I'm like, I literally came off the roof.
I guess whatever.
Off the roof one day.
Coming over here, like Bruce, he's over here because of there. I think me and him got into it, so I appreciate that. So sometimes it's a good thing, but I just think the name calling and just all the BS is a little brutal. I don't know. I think it's a little much, people. But whatever.
If you actually look at, here's what's kind of funny or what's crazy is, they have Michael Irvin on, and the video gets 1,500 views. Me and Philly 500, we get like 15, 16,000. And I'm kind of like, because they have like Eagles, legends and stuff on there, and they're getting a couple thousand views. Me and Philly 500 every Wednesday, it's their biggest videos. It doesn't make any sense. Love and succeed. Mark, you're lucky you don't live in Dallas. You probably would have been bald like Jordan by now. Oh, thanks, trust
Bruce.
me.
I try and be chill.
I'm pulling on this hair a lot.
Drew works me up, man. Drew hits my buttons. Yeah, really. Drew knows how to get to me, man. He knows I keep my blood pressure low. I match people's energy. I have no problem going to the gutter if you take it there. I don't mind when we're in a group setting, but when it's like a pile on a chat, but that's, hey.
Bring what guy on the show? Man. Bring him on. Oh, well, see, here's the thing. See, Dan Saleo refuses to go on anybody else's show.
It's really CZ.
He refuses to actually leave his man cave either.
Yeah.
Okay, so he flat out lied the whole thing. Oh yeah, I'm going to go to training camp. You're full of shit. Oh yeah, we're going to go. Oh, we'll get a suite at Dallas for the game. He's not doing shit. But I'll be there. I'll show up, and it's all good.
Well. We're
going to have fun because it's going to be you, me, Ward family, Phil.
We planned it to be better. Listen, and I said this. I don't know how you feel about it, Mark. I said this. I don't know when. I lose track of when I say shit, but I basically said I miss the days when, at least 3 out of the 4 teams are good. I don't know if the Giants are ever going to be good, anytime soon. But I miss the days when you get to the end of the year and the Eagles and the Cowboys and the Commanders, even the Giants were vying for playoff spots as you're playing each other. I look back at the Emmett game in New York. I was a young guy. I was first year in college, I think, or second year. And, we were driving up to Vermont, and I'm listening to the Giant game when Emmett had the dislocated shoulder on a old Sony Walkman. I just miss those competitive games.
Yeah.
And it's like anymore. It's like, I'm not going to lie, Mark. I am looking forward to Washington and Philly both being good playing each other. That's it. To me, that's exciting. I don't know who I would vote for.
Well, the interesting thing is Washington is actually. If you're Philly, you need to be worried because Washington has always played them well, even when Washington wasn't good. You'll remember last year they went to overtime and the Eagles got lucky beating them.
Right.
And, 30, I think they scored 32 points, 36 points.
Riverboat.
Yeah.
He turned into a paddle boat.
Yeah.
And they didn't want to do anything for 2. But, we'll see.
Mark is an evil person. That's a fact.
Who's evil? Me?
Keith M. says Mark is an evil person. That's a fact.
Nah,
Mark is the Grim Reaper.
If Mark was evil, he would never go on a Philly channel and take all the abuse that he did. He would say "F you." He don't need
says
that.
Blame Mark Holmes. Okay.
Do you guys understand? He don't need to go on that show. He does it really for everybody's entertainment.
It really is. It really is. But you know what's kind of cool? Now, on our website,
not saying you're not, Drew. I don't know. I'm just like, we got to give them credit, Drew. Right? We got to stick and keep it 100. Washington is a better record than you right now.
Here's
Ultimately,
the thing.
I think you could be better, but I don't know. I think Watson's got better coaching. I'll tell you that. Nick Sirianni tried to give it up again yesterday. It's ridiculous. You should be. And I know I'm not being too critical, Drew, because you guys are doing great. So, but your coach is scary. He's scary. I'm sorry. He's scary.
But he's winning, so, that makes all the difference in the world. But an interesting thing happened. Tracy was going through the website where we get, messages and emails. There's a gentleman who's been, we have to meet up with a gentleman who's been a Dallas Cowboy fan since at 10 years of age. He watched the Cowboys versus the Packers for the Ice Bowl.
Really?
Yeah. So he's like on his bucket list is meeting and hanging out with us. So listening to his story.
Clemente.
But there was an Eagle fan that said, listen, I'm an Eagle fan. I enjoy watching your content. Of course, I hate your team and stuff. He said, but, I understand that my team is fragile and, we're winning right now, but I have no delusions of them actually being a good team. And I was like, damn, he's a real Eagle fan and stuff.
Yeah.
Because he looked at it like yesterday was like, we should have lost that game. They literally just about gave them that game.
They were the better team. They just, again, that's why I think the Eagles are a good team. And I think they are, but they get in their own way far too often. And that's an issue. That's going to bite you. It's a shame, but it's going to bite you, especially in the playoffs. Yeah, Nick Sirianni's listening to his analytics team way too much. You saw how many times they went for. He just feels like the need to go for it on 4th down, and they normally don't get it. Did
we have the same analytics group with the fake punt?
Fuck, that was horrible. That was
Manuel, I appreciate it, buddy. I'm sorry you got to go, but I appreciate you being here, giving you a shout out.
We got 10-7 right now. The Chiefs are up, and the Chiefs have the ball driving with a minute to go in the first half. So looks like they're moving the ball. Oh, fumble. That's a fumble too. Kelsey was reaching out for an extra half yard like a dummy and fumbled the ball. Tampa Bay has
that could be a game changer because they don't need much to get into field goal range, and they got 3 field goals. Bird with a word. He's a real fan because he said we almost lost. then you're not a real fan because you never admit your team is bad until now, when it's obvious to everyone.
No, Twiz, they're saying that he's taken a cue. It's well documented that the analytics team literally has a role in play calling. That's not game time, Brian. That's coming from people. That's coming from Marcus Hayes. That's coming from inside. That's coming from the John McMullen. That's coming from the people in the know. The analytics team. You saw what happened at the end of last year. That's why Doug Peterson decided not to stay. Is because he didn't want to play ball with the analytics. He didn't want to sit down with Julian Lurie and allow that to be part of the game plan. He literally has a sheet to his. This is a fact. And if those situations pop up in the middle of the game, they are told to follow it to the letter. And that's why he's the coach of the team, Nick Sirianni, because he's willing to play ball. I'm not saying he's right or wrong. I'm saying that's going to get you in trouble. Analytics have a place in the game, but I don't think analytics should dictate the way that the Eagles use it. Again, you're 6-2, so I'm not coming at it as a hater. I'm just saying I hope it don't cost you, because I think it cost Dan Campbell last year, and people are, well, that's the way he is. It cost him. It costed him. He should not have done it. And I think Dan has not gone for it nearly as much this year as he did last year. So, I don't know. Dougie P was aggressive, but not to this extent. Again, that's what I'm being told. So if it's wrong, it's wrong. Nice catch. Now, just look. You got Baker Mayfield making stuff happen without his top receivers. So it just makes you wonder. I just think they're a better coach football team. Dougie P and Philly, Nick Sirianni was trying to do the dilly.
Look at how wide open those guys are.
That's scheme.
Yeah. When do we ever see our guys open?
That's why I said that Ben Johnson, it would be great to have from Detroit. Man, that would be. Thomas Garrett, if you remember this, cost Dougie P his job in Philly. Yes.
Baker Mayfield running up the middle.
Like the talent, we don't have the talent.
Look at Baker Mayfield. There's a flag. If it's holding you, you want to die inside. Cowboys playing like a bunch of gingers.
What's wrong with gingers? Come on, man.
I'm just reading the chat.
No, I'm not a ginger, but what's up with gingers, man? But I feel you. Whoever said that.
We're trying to get home field advantage for our fans and then rest up. We're not going undefeated in the regular season. Devin says this game sucks. That hurts, man, because that would have been, you were almost in field goal range. What you gonna do, Baker?
Faker Mayfield. He's gonna run his ass off. Don't. You saw Dak. 4th down. Rush is going to plant a flag on Philly's sideline. Oh, shit. The one game Dak tried to put the team on his back ended up getting hurt. Shows how fragile he is. Joey Garcia. I don't know that. That was a free. I don't know, man. I don't know.
You know, I hate
I don't
to
know
say maybe
Joey,
history,
I don't know what to say to that, man.
I hate to
can't
say it may
right
be that
history
history's repeating itself, that he's becoming the new Tony Romo. 4th down. I say, what the hell? We did a fake punt. Why not go for it? Yeah, he's not going for it. Does anybody know Dak's bench press max is? What difference does that make? Commander has a good quarterback. I followed his career. Jerry making that happen, Mark. He really is. where Tony Romo was running for his life for a while there, and the injuries just kind of mounted up. To the point where, Wade will get on me and say, well, if Romo had stayed, that there would have been a competition in 2016. It was like, bro, do you realize that in 2015, he ended up only being able to play 4 games, that he got injured twice. He comes back and plays 1 preseason game and got injured. Unfortunately, he could not hold up anymore. Okay, and he's back. Cooper
back.
Rush
Sorry,
gets a lot of
bathroom.
PT for a playing time for a backup quarterback.
Lake Westchase, the TD to Rico was Romo Esquire. What's up, Lake? Don't worry, brother.
Yeah, when you were leaving, I was saying that, this feels like deja vu to Tony Romo, that Tony Romo got beat up, and it was basically either we won because of Tony Romo or we lost because of Tony Romo. And we're at that point.
Tony Romo broke my heart more times. I mean, and the reason why, in my opinion, the reason why he broke my heart, because he was so good at times. He looked unbelievable at times. And then remember those interceptions where he would just throw it to a linebacker in the middle of the field, and you'd be like, well, what? Or the fumbles, or most importantly, when he would just get hurt. It was something that didn't look that bad, and he had a broken collarbone. He had a broken this.
It literally got to the point where whenever the play,
and I love
it was a broken play, one of 3 things would happen. Tony Romo would make an incredible play, like he did the whole 360 against J.J. Watt, where Watt just captured air, and he hits Terrence Williams for a big touchdown, or it was going to be a Tony Ono and throw an interception, or it was going to be Tony Romo gets hit and injured. And that's where it literally got to be. Every time he got hit, you held your breath. Is like, is this going to be the time he goes down? And that's the half.
Halftime, 10-7, Kansas City.
Where would Andy Reid rank as head coaches for me?
He's number 1.
He's got to be right now number 1. Him and Bill Belichick. That's the list.
Oh, you mean all time?
Yeah,
active. He's number 1. Yeah, just can't argue with that. And if Bill doesn't come back, he's gonna pass Bill. Because Andy, he doesn't show any signs of stopping. So, that's what it is.
Bachman Overdrive. Jerry will open the playbook in the pocketbook now that Dak is hurt. Wouldn't that be fucked up? If he decides that we get like 3 trades tomorrow. Bachman Overdrive. Appreciate the super chat, man. That would be crazy. But if he's trying to save a season, here's the thing that bothers me about that. If they do go ahead and make a trade, is signing a free agent just costs you money, right? You make a trade now, it's costing you a draft pick and money. It's more expensive to make a move now, and you have no time to get that person up to speed with what you do. That goes back to the Joneses always wait until the last minute to do anything. It's like they're scared. We're going to wait till the last minute to get CeeDee Lamb's contract done. They didn't save any money by doing what they did. We're going to wait till the last minute to get Dak Prescott done. We're going to wait till after training camp to see if we can find some help on the roster now that we've seen training camp and realize we suck ass. Why do we always wait till the last minute to do stuff? Why aren't we proactive in saying, you know what, maybe we need to get a better running back than Zeke, just in case?
Yeah.
Maybe since we haven't been able to stop the run since like Jay Ratcliffe's days, maybe we need to go out and get ourselves a premier defensive lineman. Maybe when we didn't have linebackers, after going through the season with Anthony Barr on one leg, that you'd realize we need to go out and get a linebacker last year. That's what just bothers me about the Cowboys. There's never a sense of urgency until the last minute. Romo and the run against the Rams. There you go.
Romo had great moments.
Romo
Chiz,
deserved that
what's
money.
up? And
What
Dak in
was
that
it?
walking boot was something of interest because look at him now. But Chiz, he looked like he was running fine. Yeah, I just think it was a weird thing. He said he actually felt it being dragged to the ground on one of the hits. So I don't know. Cowboys need to sell everyone they can. Yes, I hear you, brother.
There's not a whole lot
But
of guys
yeah,
we can
Chiz,
sell
I
right
hear
now.
you, man. Mark is on that line of thinking. What's up, big dog? How are you, brother?
The only person you're
Yeah.
going to get somebody, I mean, I guess you could for Diggs and Micah.
To me,
here's the
now's not the time to trade Micah.
No, I agree with you on that.
Yeah.
But here's the problem with the Cowboys. When we traded Amari Cooper, we didn't get shit.
Yeah, exactly.
And when we traded for Trey Lance, we overpaid.
Yeah.
They don't know how to do deals.
Yeah, I think they take emotion into the negotiating table. They wanted Amari Cooper gone so bad that they were literally willing to take anything that was thrown their way. And now they're trying to say, well, because he was owed $20 million. $20 million was not a lot for a caliber of receiver. It really wasn't. It's a little bit of revisionist history because now they say, oh well, if they traded him for a 4 this year, right? Because he didn't have a lot left on his deal. So you're telling me 3 years later they got a higher pick? I don't buy it.
Right? It's like, bro.
Yeah, something's rotten in Denmark there. Don't make sense. Problem is with Jerry, he feels the need to talk when he should just be honest sometimes. I think being honest is the best thing that he could do. Just be honest, Jerry. Tell the fans, hey, listen, we're going to try and win, but we're not going to add this year. We're going to go young. Hopefully we stay healthy, and we'll see how we do. But he don't want to do that because he's too worried about the bottom line. He's too worried about those season ticket re-ups. He's basically a snake oil salesman, and it's pretty sad. He could lie and say that's not true. Yes, it's true. It's absolutely true. He looks like a gosh darn fool from what he said about Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry was literally 2 miles down the road from Frisco, begging to play for the Cowboys last year and again this year. Come get me, he said. He probably would have taken a little less. He wouldn't have played for the minimum, but he would have taken a little less to stay in a income tax or state. What is it? Was it no?
It's
some kind of state tax. There ain't no state tax, and so anybody that knows because my father used to work at the Philadelphia Navy Yard, so he would get Philadelphia city wage tax is absolutely ridiculous. So he would hate the fact that Philly's bad for all those taxes. So again, he should have. He wanted to play in Dallas, and yet Jerry looks like a fool because he said it was too much money, $8 million a year. It was a 2-year, $16 million fully guaranteed deal. He's probably the leading vote getter for MVP this year, Derrick Henry. How does that make you look as a GM, Jerry? Like a total jackass. Sorry. A player's like, I just want to stay home and play. It's pathetic. Mr. Jerry Jones has been playing you fools for 30 years. Basically.
You can say that. I can't
Basically,
disagree.
I can't argue with that, Bruce. I lost $3,000 because of Mark Hummels making me bet on Dallas. Victor,
I've been saying I have been saying for weeks. In fact, I told my dad, I said, you want to stop losing money, stop betting on the Cowboys. So don't sit here and try and blame me for your gambling dumbness. Get out of here, dude. Everybody here calls me an idiot. Why would I tell you what, if you took my advice and you gambled your money, then you deserve to lose it because you're an idiot. How about that?
Yeah, Vinny, I know all about the New Jersey taxes. It's ridiculous. Cray cray. Don't bet nothing you can't afford to lose. Coyote,
That's right.
I used to bet more than I should have in my younger days, and I vowed never to bet again. Jerry looking for like a damn fool right now. Thomas Garrett. Thomas Garrett, make sure you join me tomorrow 2:00, man. I'm gonna have a trade deadline live stream, so go to the gym early. Make sure you're available. Drew, no Mark. You're the biggest Dak supporter. Drew's hot tonight. He's flexing all night. Jerry has stolen my money for the last 29 years. Cheers, Cowboys. I hear you, bro. I hear you. Are you going to Are you local, Chiz? We're going to be at the game.
10-7 Kansas City, Joseph.
Thomas, Jerry, tanking for Manning. CZ, I would love that. I don't even know how good he's going to be, but I would love that. I'll be there for the deadline show. Thanks, Daniel M. We'll watch the Eagles go make a move. We'll watch Detroit go get Zadarius Smith. That's the rumor that there's a deal in place.
All right.
So, I'm in San Diego, and I'm from... Okay. Chiz is from the DMV. Mark basically lives in the DMV. He's right... I mean, he's in Virginia, but he's right there. Kingship Operations. What's up, my man? Jerry gives me a kid playing with toy vibes. Yeah, 100%.
Oh, it's 10, Kansas City 10, Tampa Bay 7, Joseph. I may not do the Washington game this year, tailgate. I got a lot of things there because it's like the week of Thanksgiving. And
is it?
Yeah, I mean, it's the 24th. So, and then Thursday is Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but I wouldn't. but you know what they're going to say.
And looking at the tickets this year.
You know what they're going to say, Mark.
Oh, I'm scared. I know that. And you know what? They can say it all they want. When I do those tailgates, it's several grand getting that thing going. And that's not for the tickets for the game.
I'll take it, Chuck.
It's a good chunk of money. And we're trying to do Thanksgiving at the Red Brick House. We're trying to do something really, really big with that. So it's like, do I want to spend the weekend and then by the time
we really do want to come down and see it. It's a long drive for us. What's that, like 3 hours past your house?
Well, it depends on what. See, I don't. Oh, you're from Jersey. Yeah, you're from Jersey. Yeah. So yeah, that would be the easiest way. So yeah, it's about another 2 hours for you from there.
Yeah, we'll have to plan it soon, but it would have to be. Yeah, I don't know if
when you got a couple of days off.
There. Mm-hmm. Yeah, if there's a hotel around there. I
tell you what, dude. Oh my God, She's
been bugging me. I'm like, yeah, but we gotta find a way to do it, and it's got to work out for Mark. Mark's always got parties going on. Shit.
Ooh.
So I definitely let it come down.
I got my Weber Genesis grill. Okay, it's regular $900, but because it's the end of the season,
Hampton Roads, baby. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Because it's the end of the season, I got it for $549, and that sucker will get up to about 700 degrees. And I have learned a new way to do steaks, and I don't know if you've ever done a reverse sear.
Well, how do you cook it? I'll tell you.
Oh, okay. So what you do is you actually smoke it first.
Never done that. So
you smoke it till the internal temperature gets to about 110. Ooh. And then you take it off and you get that grill as hot as it can be, and then you sear it. And
for how long? Not much, right?
Not much, because it's just basically locking in that flavor. And I did it with some apple smoke. I did a nice balsamic vinegar, Worcestershire sauce, and red wine.
Okay.
With some chopped up garlic, rosemary and thyme, and some Montreal steak seasoning, and let it marinate for a few hours. And you talk about melting. And then, of course, you got to finish it off with butter on top of it when it's on the grill. it literally melts in your mouth, and the flavor on it is just literally unbelievable. So yeah,
that sounds good.
Oh my God.
I got to read this for you though, real fast. Cheers, Cowboys. Born in Hampton, Virginia. Yeah, I spent a lot of time in Norfolk, Virginia when I was a kid. My father was stationed there. Hampton Roads, Allen Iverson. Went to Bowie State, worked for the city of San Diego for 29 years, trying to early retire. Now I got a case going again. The city, they killed me back, and I did. But anyway, he says, this is geared towards you as soon as I find it. Oh, but I was homeless for 9 months, and I was about to commit suicide, and that's when I met Mark. Chiz Cowboys Daily. Thank you for sharing, my friend. It's, depression is real. That I know. We all, I'm glad you didn't. Hello, everyone. What's up, Turbo? How are you?
See, they're already starting. So Chad is like, now that Washington is winning and Dak is out, Mark doesn't want to go.
Oh, my
Dak
God.
fan, not Cowboy fan. I believe I'm going to Dallas this week with Dak being out and the Cowboys on a 3-game lose streak. I believe I am. Did I not? Am I not doing that? To pay 2 weeks later to plan a tailgate. And the money that goes with it, Chad, you can kiss my ass, buddy. You can say whatever the hell you want to, because you ain't paying my bills. Nice run back.
Overshown is starting a podcast.
Overshown is? Oh.
I hope not. But then again,
you know what? I'm going to tell you. He pissed me off yesterday. We're down 2 scores. You made one good tackle, and you up there dancing. Yeah, and it's like, bro, we're getting our ass kicked. What are you dancing for? And then he gets hurt.
He's coming off an ACL. He's balling his ass off, and now you want to slow him down. He ain't caught up in all this 30 years of BS. He's caught up in this. I'm a rookie, basically, and I'm kicking butt. Good for him. Let him. I understand what you're saying.
Listen, I don't want to see you celebrating. Yes, I'm happy that you made a great play, but our team is getting our ass kicked.
I can't blame him, though. I'm happy for the kid. He's playing his ass off, and he's there again. He's another bright spot on our football team. Overshown was a beast.
Cooper Beebe is actually too.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. We have a lot of pieces, people. We have a lot of draft picks. I'm not going to sit there and say that we're going to hit on them. We're going to play it by ear. But once the season's over in 3 months, then it's full speed ahead. It's gonna be. I just hope Mark's wrong. I hope they don't bring back McCarthy, because that would be a mistake.
Christopher Darker says, Mark, get a beer on me at the game. Appreciate that, Christopher.
Overshown is our best player at the moment. Donnie's drum covers, welcome. Yeah, I don't know if he's our best player. But he's very good.
He's definitely one of our better ones.
So I like him. Whether he over celebrated, I don't know, but I'll take it. All right, here we go. Run. Look at that. Running. Ooh, that should be horse collar. Come on, yeah, there it is. That's a horse collar.
Yep. Man, he did like 360.
I'm going. Yeah, Curtis. I don't think he sucks. I think he's in the wrong scheme. I think this whole Mike Zimmer thing blew up in my face. And here, Drew, I'm going to give Drew like another credit. He was right all along. We didn't have the pieces to run it. I put more faith in some of the guys they picked up late in training camp, and they are over the hill.
Yeah.
So again,
you remember me saying.
Just remember, I say nice things to you before you unload on me. Thomas Garrett, I want Mike Vrabel. I wouldn't mind Mike Vrabel at all. Bill Belichick without the Bill Belichick-ish.
Getting married to a 25-year-old.
He did?
They're getting married.
Who, Belichick?
He's getting married to his 25-year-old girlfriend.
She's keeping him young, though. I like it.
Okay. or knowing that she's going to outlive him and take his money.
Yeah. Kingship operations overshown is quick, but he isn't Zach Bond. Well, not everybody can be Zach Bond. Actually, Zach's playing good. I'll leave it at that. Drew, I'm glad you were still here to hear that. Brian, are you driving to Dallas? No. I'm flying. I'm a little annoyed because now I got to figure out. Wade needs to step up. He's like, oh well, I got to work till 4. Well, what time is your flight getting in on Friday, Mark?
Oh, I'm like 10:30, 11 o'clock.
Yeah, so
we're gonna have to figure that out. I can Uber, or
I know,
or I could just rent a car.
Man,
are you getting a car rental?
No, I wasn't.
I might just. It's only for a weekend.
Wade said that we could borrow one of his cars. He's got 3 of them. But then I got to find where to park it and all that shit. I don't know. Bill Belichick caught a mermaid. One. Yeah. So much for Deflategate. He's obviously pumping it up, huh? You got that Rose Sparks he's hitting. Touchdown. Touchdown, Baker Mayfield. Cade Otton.
Oh, Tampa Bay.
Baker's better than Dak. There it is. He's playing good. Have Wade leave a car at the airport. Bobby Babinski. There you go. Oh, yeah. But then how's Wade getting back?
Jerry ain't gonna leave anything.
No, Wade. Wade.
Wade. I thought you said Jerry.
He has 3 cars, you said. So whatever. We'll figure it out. Belichick popping them Rose Sparks that Shannon Sharp's on. They make everything hard. Your ears. He could Uber, but yeah, well, me and Phil are going to Uber ourselves, so he could Uber. He could. Brian, how you doing? So how do you afford New Jersey?
Where are you going to be on Friday morning?
Victor, yeah, I'll answer that in a sec. Victor, yeah, it's my property taxes. I don't know what Mark's properties are. Mine is, I think I'm over the $8,000 mark here. So I'm above 8 County? Now. Yeah, I'm about 8,000 from my property taxes, and that's low for where I live. My sister pays like $12,000 a year for property taxes.
I'm gonna say we're north of you.
Well, you're at really, yeah.
Fairfax County.
I'm saying where you're at. Yeah, I know, because your house. You told me what your house is worth. That's a lot. Mark lives in prime real estate. Anyway, what were you saying? I'm sorry. What time?
Good thing we bought it 22 years ago or 21 years ago.
Yeah.
Before.
What were you asking me? You were asking me what?
Where are you going to be Friday morning?
Friday morning, we're going to be still in Frisco, but we're going to be heading to Arlington. Or just remember, we check in at 3:00.
Mm-hmm.
So
there's a lot to do in Dallas in the morning and afternoon and everything.
Where are you at? Love Field, or are you going into DFW?
I think it's DFW.
All right, they're both about the same. They're both about like 25 minutes, 30 minutes tops with traffic per Wade. We're gonna have to play that, but I'll obviously give you the hotel information. But I have nothing planned.
So I may just go to the stadium because I've got the stones that are there. Maybe put a sign up, wear my shirt, fire the GM. See if I can get arrested.
Yeah, we're only a couple miles from the stadium, so that's cool. Just saved it to my watch list, Chuck. I'll watch it after the game. Frank, what's up, man? How about them Sixers, Brian? Yeah, not good. How they doing tonight, though? Did they win? Are they winning? Hey, high game time, Brian. Forget about the Cowboys. Go Chiefs and Dodgers. Well, I got to give you credit on the Dodgers. The Dodgers are winners. The Chiefs, I think we're all tired of the Chiefs, but they're a classy, well-run organization. That's all I'll say.
Micah Parsons,
Congrats.
Dak Prescott should be on a rookie contract, huh?
He still is. Don't go to Oak Cliff, Mark Holmes. Those fools got something for you.
Oak Cliff.
That's in Texas, I believe.
Okay.
I don't know what that means. Be careful, Brian. Be careful. Those Eagle fans will be brutal if we lose next night. Victor, I live here in South Jersey. All my friends are Eagle fans, so I'm used to it. I come to YouTube to escape.
Bird with the word. Don't come to my city bringing that trash bear with you. Leave that piece of rug at home. What trash bear? I don't. What the fuck?
Miami at Los Angeles.
Bird with the word.
SoFi next Monday night. Ooh, nice.
Oak Cliff is Dallas. Okay.
Yeah, Oak Cliff. My father used to talk
Good
about
night, Chris May.
Oak Cliff.
Oh,
Beware
shit.
the
Love
lot
it.
lizards.
McLean, Virginia. Pfft. You got to be a multimillionaire to live out in
I
McLean
remember when
now.
I was in Norfolk back in the day, and we went to a movies. Actually, I went and saw, what was that movie with? I can't think of it. Not She's Gotta Have It. The other one, the one after that, that he made it big off of. Spike Lee. Anyway, I went and saw it at this rundown movie theater in Hampton Roads.
Wasn't Do the Right Thing, was it?
Yes, Do the Right Thing. That's it. Bang. Yeah, that's where I saw it in Virginia. We were my father was stationed there, so we went and visited for like a week or whatever in the summer, and it was basically
Pat Mahomes sacked.
There you go, Chiz Langley.
Wow.
That's it, brother. My father met my mother. My mother was a South Philly girl, but she was a legal secretary in Washington, D.C. My father was stationed at Fort Belvoir.
So I'm just trying to be clear. Are you threatening me, Bird with the word?
Probably. I got some people out there at game time, Mexican and white, to straighten you out, home.
Yeah, Stephen R. I know Bethesda. That's where the Naval, well, it used to be Naval Hospital. Now it's Walter Reed. Bethesda Naval Hospital is there, but I think they changed it to Walter Reed.
Is Fort Belvoir still open, Mark? Do you know?
Fort Belvoir, they have changed it, and it's now the defense.
That's where my father was stationed when he met my mother.
Yeah, it's huge, actually, because they put the defense
I pass it when I go to your house. That's what I'm saying. I see the sign anyway. I don't know, if it was still open or not.
No, they've got like
Hampton
one of the
Roads,
big
Tommy.
spy things,
Shout
the
out.
defense logistics headquarters there now.
My father used to take me to the old. There was an old movie called Roller Coaster that was filmed right there.
But how am I supposed to take it, Bird with the word? Threaten you for what? Stop it. You said don't bring that rug to your neighborhood.
Threatening this. Come on, man. We're going to have a good time.
You say don't bring it there. Well, what is it?
We coming. We got
Joe Boo
locals
goes
on
with
our
me there,
side.
bro. Okay.
Walker Wade's about 280. See, I'm from Virginia, born in Hampton. There you go, Chiz. Mark.
I'm not exactly, I may be
Not
old.
near there,
I may
but-
be old, but you better not fuck with me. I'm going to tell
Mark's
you.
got big hands.
Okay.
Just ask Kelly K9. I'll tell you.
Seriously.
Big hands. We're talking.
You
big
can,
hands.
Look, you can fuck around if you want to. You will
Fuck around
find
and
out.
find out.
I mean, seriously, you'll find out. Yeah, I might be old. You might end up beating me, but you ain't going to come out unscathed. I can tell you that right now. Shit. Oh,
Joey.
man.
I don't know how big you are, Joey, so I'm not going to say nothing. Mark, don't hurt that bum elbow.
Oh, listen, since I got my steroid shot,
Big
got that
hand.
sucker
It's an
drained?
inside joke, Philly D. I'll have to tell you one day off the air.
Oh.
It's an inside joke that I can't discuss on air.
Oh, Lordy.
Sorry.
Look at his hands. They're so big.
Well, he's basically telling you. So there it is.
Like, my God, his hands are so big.
I don't know nothing about how big Philly D.
I said, what do you mean?
Tell you, bro.
Not that big. Oh my God, they're
Philly
massive.
D, you know Mark. You know more than I. You're going to be at the game.
Shit.
You're going to be the game. Joey Garcia.
Yeah, I understand that. And you know the thing that's crazy. Bro. So Chad says, Mark, you know a lot of people in Dallas don't like me. You know that's not just Dallas. There's Washington. There's Philly. There's New York.
Hold on. We went to Stuart Morrison's house, and I was with Mark for almost, I don't know how long.
A week.
It's been so long. I don't know how long we were there.
It was like a week.
We were stopping at rest stops, and they knew who the hell he was. Come on, man. Don't go there. There's no reason to be that way. Everybody knows Mark Holmes. Yep. I was just happy that at the draft,
Tampa Bay's playing out here.
Phil. They were like, I actually thought I made it like a little bit when somebody knew me. I was like, all right, I have one person who knows who I am. I was at MetLife last year, and I had somebody come up to me. That was cool. But Mark, you go out with him, and everybody knows Mark.
Man. That shit still freaks me out.
You love it, though. I'm still not used to it. Hey,
sometimes I'm scared, though.
What's that?
Remember when we were at the draft in Kansas City? And there was that big Eagle fan. You're Mark Holmes. He was like Debo. I was like, maybe.
Yeah.
I was like, look at this
that
big
was a good time.
I was like, look at this big motherfucker calling me out. Oh, shit.
Don't fall for the sucker punch, Mark.
Yeah.
Who is Mark Holmes, son of John Holmes? Yeah, exactly. Who called you that? I forget. I don't know. That sounds familiar, though.
Okay. Chad is a troll. 2nd and 6. Tampa Bay looking pretty good right here tonight.
They are looking good. Yes, they are.
Mark,
I could not wait to get out of Norfolk.
Changing your kids' butts. It does.
I like there was a Fisherman's Wharf restaurant, Chuck, that I used to go near. I don't know if it was in Norfolk or if it was, but we used to go to Virginia Beach a lot. We used to go down. It's not that long of a drive. It was nice when I was younger.
From
you
Jersey?
both scoping out barbecue, Bobby Babinski. I got to be honest. I know people in Texas are going to hate me for this, but
you're not crazy
I've
about
had
Texas
it twice,
barbecue?
and I don't know if it was the barbecue place, but I don't know. It kind of went right through me, and some of the locals says that's normal, whatever that means. I actually loved Kansas City barbecue. We went to Slaps. That was really good. I've had Carolina barbecue. Texas is good. It's more of it's not as, sauced, and it's more of a smoke, which is fine. But I don't know. We'll see. Brian, how do you feel about Dan?
I like a good Texas steak.
Dan Sileo? Actually, I don't know if I got Mark on the Dan. I find him very entertaining. But when he gets a little carried away. That's all. But
it was Twiz that got. I had never heard. Okay, when Dan.
Remember, I told you that he wasn't an Eagle fan.
Oh my God!
He really started looking into it.
But the funny thing is, he's doing this whole rant. I've never heard of Mark Holmes. I had never heard of Dan Sileo. The only reason why I didn't know, and I didn't know anything about him except this guy Dan Sileo's trashing on his channel. He's an Eagle. And I was like, who? And so then I go in there to see this thing and hear him. Okay, it's like
Dan is brilliant because he knows what he's got in Dan. Dan brings the people. Again, that's what he's supposed to do. But if you're telling me what I think, I just think how you treat people is a reflection upon yourself. And when you blatantly lie and say you were never going to training camp, or you blatantly lie and say you weren't coming to Dallas.
Well, it's shame on me for
Philly 500, it's the same way. I love Philly 500. Mark and him are like brothers, but Philly's been on my show a few times. Very nice guy, but he ain't leaving L.A. He ain't going anywhere. And he don't have to. He makes more money sitting in his house. I get it, but we were sold a bill of goods that this was going to be a certain thing, and it turned not to be. But we're going to have fun anyway. So it is what it is. But I like Dan.
You know,
I do.
I'm not actually, since we suck so bad right now, I'm actually glad because it'd probably break the internet, you know, to be live streaming there with Eagles people getting our lunch handed to us.
Yeah, it might. I was gonna say, you know, like we should really get some bags made up just in case. You know, maybe put.
You didn't see the shirt I was wearing yesterday, did you?
Yeah, yeah. You sent me a picture. Like I think we'll be on TV though, and as long as I have Game Time Brian, like my YouTube channel, you know, on top of my bag, that would be a good, you know. I think we could come up with something.
Okay.
Philly 500, that 455-pound bastard. Nah, Philly's great. It's just he wasn't leaving. He wasn't going to doubt. He likes to break balls. He ain't going anywhere. So, and neither is Dan Sileo. You get Sills Mark and Philly at one game. They so big they need a whole section. Coyote. Bring me on, Brian and Mark. The doctor will spark things up. Drew. We'll bring you on one of these days. Me and Mark don't do these as much since I've been live streaming everything. Phil breaks my balls, you know. Did I miss a super chat? I think I might have. Let me see. Think I may have. Now I got it. Twiz was the last one. I got you, brother. So yeah, so we'll see. We'll see. I'm still very much enjoying the NFL season. So it is what it is. Chuck, the USS John F. Kennedy is retired. They have a new John F. Kennedy now. The aircraft carrier is huge. Thomas Garrett, I have downstairs after my father passed away. I got all of I must have 50 of those hats with the scrambled eggs all over it with the different aircraft carriers. That's what my father used to do. So he would go out on what they call river runs out of Philadelphia Navy Yard, but he would go all over the world testing out different things. He worked on the catapults that shoot the jets off the aircraft carrier. He worked on they actually turned seawater into drinking water out in the ocean. So he worked on that. So it was neat. Why did Law Nation quit NFC East Super Friends? He's just too busy, Victor. Law Nation is a conglomerate. I think Mark will tell you. Law's got a lot of stuff going on. And to go on that show, I was taken back how long it was. I was on for 3 hours and 40 minutes, and I'm like, are we still going? I was not, Frank, 3420. I was not in the military. I was all set to go, and then my brother passed away, and then I had to back out. So I did not go. I ended up going to college instead, and then basically left after 2 years, and, you know, things happen. Things happen.
Second and 25.
So yes, but my grandfather was in the military. My father was in the military. My uncle was a Navy SEAL in the military. So yes, military runs in my family. The Queen Brunson, whack. I actually like Lord Brunson on there. I told him as much. I told him the Twitter/X Lord Brunson is a toxic individual that I want no part of, and he started laughing. I'm like, that he toxic, but this guy he's actually fair. So we got along on there. That was cool. Louis T is excited. I can't blame him. I know Mark hates it because he lives there, but they've been bad for so long. We all get to watch the floor get ripped out from under them when the Eagles smoke them in the playoffs. But, you know, that's where I've gone. That's where I've turned to. How messed up am I that I'm going to be rooting for the Eagles over the Commanders? Bad Dog likes you a lot. Victor, I appreciate that. Yeah, Bad Dog had reached out to me. And Dude is very talented, very, very talented. So I definitely would want to do something with him. He's a busy guy. He's very, anybody can live stream as much as he does by himself, doing play by play. He does it all. Eagles won't play Commanders in the playoffs. LOL. Tommy, I was just seeing if you were still there, brother. They might.
Here we go with the field goal try.
Yeah. 14-10, and it is good. 17-10. Wow. Bang. Sorry, I was backwards. 17-10. Short dog, save your money. Don't go to Cowboy game. Too late. Too late. Philly old head. What don't we know, bro? I'm not a big fan of Bronson either. Bobby Murphy, I was never, but he actually surprised me. He was actually nice. But I see what he does on Twitter. He's toxic on there. He lives near Mark. So I think it would be cool if he got Louis T and Lord Brunson over there.
With
that
us
would be
big
fun.
ass. No, thank you.
That would be fun.
Oh shit!
Louis
In my
T is
own
hysterical.
house. Shit.
Louis T's father is a diehard Cowboy fan too, so I think he's your number one Washington content creator. So if you block people, that's some soft ass shit like Louis T. Twiz, he blocks people.
Who?
I don't. I have too many mods. That's my problem. But it is what it is. I'm not going to add. I haven't added them. I've tried not to add as many anymore. Short talk. He is annoying. I ain't gonna lie to you, but I'm just saying my experience with him on the one time I was expecting the worst and he was okay. But that was 3 weeks ago. Now it's probably way worse.
Okay, so let me.
Now it's probably real bad.
I'm going to get this in here for Micah. This is what I was talking about, the makeup call.
I'm gonna rank the toughest QBs to defend with the game on the line. And this is my top 5. And this is just as a defender. I'm gonna say at number 5, I'm gonna go with Dak Prescott. You saw what he did against the Steelers. He damn near completed that sequence against the 49ers. And I believe he would have won a game against the Falcons this year if he had the opportunity.
If his guys would hold on to the freaking ball like Turpin.
He has over 20-something game-winning comeback drives himself.
He does.
In his 8-year career. So there's no doubt about it that my quarterback wouldn't, fight back in this situation. Number 4, I'm going Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is another guy consistently fighting back, game-winning drive, clutch gene between. Aaron Rodgers probably number 3 because I'm gonna move Aaron Rodgers to 3. At 4. I'm gonna go with
Lola.
At 4. I'm gonna go with Josh Allen. 4. I'm gonna go Josh Allen. Josh Allen, obviously always a threat with his legs, his arm, his capabilities. But Aaron Rodgers,
I don't think
number
Aaron
3
Rodgers anymore
because 2-on-1 is invincible.
And Aaron Rodgers is not any longer.
I'm going with Matthew Stafford, legend, 46 career comebacks. It's just not a question. And at number 1, I got to go Patrick Mahomes.
Okay. Lola.
His last 2 Super Bowls.
I'm burning for you.
God. Watch it, Saquon. Jeez. Must be nice to have a running game. You know that? It must be nice. Kansas City, minus 12 yards this quarter. Did the Dallas Cowboys dress in Kansas City's gear?
What happened? I'm sorry.
Kansas City, minus 12 yards in the third quarter. That's us.
That's us. I think we're the worst third quarter team in the league.
Yeah.
Scoring and giving up points. It seems like when the team goes into that's why I like to say coaching. When your team allows a touchdown pretty much every first drive in the third quarter, that's bad coaching.
Yeah.
You're not making adjustments. What they were doing last year, they're not doing this year. And consequently, when Dallas gets the ball, they go 3 and out or they don't do nothing. So Mark said Barkley was washed. Well, he was injury prone. I would say that too, but to say washed, I also said he was the most talented guy.
I said he gets injured a lot is what I said.
Let's just say this. I'm glad he's not getting hurt because I don't want to see anybody get hurt. How's that? You saw the run yesterday. That was crazy.
That jump.
That was impressive. Again,
Mark, as a Lions fan, if my team won 12 games, 3-0, I'd be proud as heck. Haters love hating the Cowboys. Brandon, you're right about that. But as Wade says, it's about winning Super Bowls, okay, because we have standards.
Well, it is. Okay. I'm sorry, it is. I told Mark, Chiz Cowboys said, I told Mark there was a group of us Cowboy fans that worked for the city. He went to Cowboys games every year starting in 2001. It lasted till 2009. We used to go to the Dallas and Seattle. Mark normally does a tailgate every year. It's just bad timing this year. And probably this trip doesn't help. I feel bad about that. But
it's a good chunk of money to go to Dallas. By the time you fly there, the game ticket.
Yeah, it was...
2 weeks in a row.
It was.
If I were a wealthy
it was supposed
man,
to be something that it wasn't.
If I was a wealthy man, I'd do something different. But we've had a lot to do with the red brick house and other things
absolutely.
and all that too. We've put a whole lot of money into getting the red brick house together. Ain't mad about it. Ain't not mad about it.
No, I know. Listen, you got to look at it this way. It's bigger than yourself. I know what you're saying about the money, but that's a fact. But it's bigger than yourself when you're not there anymore. Yeah, Drew. That was a great catch by Devontae. But yeah, when you're no longer here, you're gonna have a legacy. We all want to leave something. You're definitely leaving something, even outside of yourself. Well, people can say whatever they want.
I've got about 8,000 videos out there that I'm leaving too.
Well, but I'm saying you got a whole town. You're saving a house that's never going to be able to be knocked down.
Yeah, this is true.
Isn't that proud? Doesn't that make you happy a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay, you should be proud of that.
We have and we actually did a brick just for her. Debbie Hippard, who her great I don't know how many greats, but her family bought the house in like the 1881, and they built the addition, the wooden part onto the house. Mm-hmm. And they had the lawsuit against the Plum family where they literally sued. The Plum family had brick furnaces that were would be right across the street from it. And they supposedly scorched the fruit trees and things. So it was like a Judge Judy case back there where they both had legal experts and stuff. Their daughter would get scorched if she went out the front door because of the heat and everything else.
Oh, jeez.
So they sued them so they couldn't fire up the brick furnaces and stuff, and they had to move them. But it was her ancestors that bought it. The guy was 6'6", and I'm looking at these doorways that are like 6 foot tall and thinking every doorway he had to duck to go through. But she went through, and she has literally we got every bit of history on this house. Every time that she's got copies of all the deeds and things and pictures even before I got it of the house back in the day. So she literally has done about a 70-page history on the house and stuff. That's just incredible. So we ended up
that you couldn't have the what's her name who died, Petey.
Yeah.
It's a shame that she passed away.
Oh, not Petey. Petey is down in Texas.
Who am I thinking of?
You're thinking about the artist. P. Buckley Moss.
Yeah, Pete.
Yeah.
Pete Buckley. There you go.
Oh, man.
Pete. Yeah. Yeah, that's who I'm
She
saying.
was going to come back. But I was fortunate enough to meet her. She was still 91 years old and get her to sign where she had painted it before. So we have that. So that's kind of a nice piece to have in there that, she's no longer with us.
That was cool.
To have met her and things, so that's where it's kind of cool. And then once I get Game Time Brian down there with the brick and the Walk of Fame, then it'll really be.
Yeah,
it'll really be
get a brick. I'm gonna buy a brick tomorrow. So I'll just you sent me the link. I have it. Mm-hmm. He don't get traded tomorrow. He will play on Sunday.
What,
who's
Micah?
That? Chiz. I don't know who's. I think they've been holding out and play because of the trade deadline. He's saying maybe some of the players. I don't think Mike is going anywhere.
I should meet up with Cop Pizzle I'd have to go to Tennessee.
He's out of the cop pizzle business. What are your thoughts of Anthony Richardson tapping out of the game? Victor, that was embarrassing.
Yeah.
He reminds me of what's his name? They used to be with the Raiders, Mark.
The quarterback that his dad basically raised. What was his name?
Yeah. Him. He reminds me, just his build, his attitude. I can't think of his name, but Game Time Brain, appreciate the chats. They do say misery loves company. Troy Hagan, I appreciate you and your father. It is what it is. We put ourselves out here. Mark told me if you don't have haters, you're not doing something right. So it is what it is. Jerry is going to rob a team and trade Micah for a fourth.
that would be, that's about the kind of trade that they would.
Oh God, that's like the boogeyman right there. Don't say that. Don't say that, Twiz. Thanks, brother. Thank you. Thomas Garrett. The cop pistol acted like a plum fool yesterday. It was funny, but he is an idiot, but in a good way. He does his thing, whether you like it or not.
Did he live stream?
Nah, he did a video. His wife's been doing a lot of his stuff, so she's been in a lot. Most of the videos is him laying on the floor, whimpering and crying, like a little bitch because his team sucks. I mean,
well, we don't have much room to talk there, bro.
What's that?
We ain't got much room to talk.
No,
bro.
I know. Jamarcus Russell, bang. There you go, Thomas. Thomas, you going to be available 2 o'clock tomorrow, man? Cop Pizza looks more sad each video. Victor, he's not one of the boys right now. And he went out on a limb with Daniel Jones, and it's not looking good. Sorry, but Danny Dimes is looking like, Danny Wooden Nichols. So, but yeah, speaking of bricks, all hell is about to break.
This drive, Kareem Hunt, 6 rushes. So to be clear here, 6 rushes, 43 yards for Kareem Hunt on this drive. 43, 7.2 yards a carry.
Yeah, first down.
When you're a quarterback and you got a guy on a drive like this that's getting 43 yards, and look at that, another first down by Hunt. He picks up another 5 yards. If you guys don't think that doesn't make a difference, then you don't understand football.
Bobby Murphy, yesterday I moved all my 401k money and put it in a safe in the securities fund for a few months. I expect usually after the election is your money does weird, because I had most of my money in the high risk fund that's been give me 17% this year, so it's been doing wonderful. But I think after the election tomorrow, it could probably go in the tank. So I moved it all into a 3% interest fund for a couple months, so I don't lose anything. Back in 2008, I lost like 40 grand in a month in value because of the stock market crash. I didn't move it like an idiot. So I'm trying to stay ahead of it.
Yeah, but as long as you move it beforehand. But see,
I did already.
The mistake a lot of people do is they wait and it starts going down, and then they take it out.
That's why I left it back in 2008, and it finally, what people need to understand.
If you left it in 2008 and it's been in there, you made serious.
Oh yeah. That's why I said I didn't move it, but I know people who moved it right before and played it perfectly, but I didn't. But here's the deal. Even if you leave it in there, you're still buying. Actually, if you're in it for the long haul, but I'm not. I'm getting out in a few years, so I can't afford to. But if you're in it for, let's say, 20 more years, you leave it because you're still buying shares. You're just buying them at a far cheaper rate. So when it bounces back, you're sitting pretty. But if you're getting out in a few years or less, you don't want to leave it in there.
Yeah, and take a third.
Yeah, I hope he doesn't. I just can't believe they are tanking like this. I've been a fan for a very long time, since 1976. I love the Cowboys. Check my profile picture. I'm from Washington, D.C. PG County. What's that, Prince George County? Cheers, Cowboys. I hear you, bro. Living in San Diego, you're living large, though. It's beautiful there. My father used to tell me how beautiful it was. He was there, stationed there as well. Rich people think they can get away with anything. Screw Jason Kelsey.
You're right about that.
Well, that's, yeah, different rules for them people, Victor. Different rules. Shout out. I got 2 new channel members. I think I'm over the 40 mark now. I've been hovering around there, but you lose a couple, you gain a couple. I think I'm over 40 I think I'm at 41.
Shout out to you, man.
Not bad. Brian, when are you going back? Oh, you already read that. Yeah, I don't know, Victor. We'll see. Jason Kelsey smashed that dude's phone so bad. Well, I think he said something rude about a Travis. That's his brother, man. You don't just because you know Jason Kelsey because he played for the Eagles doesn't give you the right to go up and start saying stupid shit. You know, that's what cracks me up. Have some respect. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. I got to close the door. My wife opens the door to let the dog out, and now my feet are frozen.
Underhand toss.
He likes his haircut.
3rd and goal.
Touchdown.
Flips it in there.
Patty Mahomes. He got hit. Ooh. He ain't good.
Mm-mm.
He's got that bad ankle. Oh, that looks like a knee. That looks like a knee, people.
Uh-oh, yeah.
Oh. I mean,
that little jolt.
I hope it's an ankle for his sake. That looks like his knee, Thomas.
He's getting help to walk.
Oh,
that's
no.
Good.
Oh, that's not good. That's not good.
You can see the knee go sideways there, bro.
Fuck.
Wow. Carson Wentz sighting. Oh, wow.
Fuck. This is what I don't like about it, man. He's moving around pretty good. We'll see. I hope he's okay. That's why I was telling everybody, I would like to have had Dallas close to full strength. It would have been nice. I don't see the Bills, man. I don't see the Bills.
Amazing, Mike Aldana. We must go back and visit.
I did, but not anymore.
Try Lockhart barbecue to die for.
Who?
I'm not
Mike
joking.
Aldana. What's up, brother?
Carson Wentz, you're up. Hello from Oxnard. Danny, shout out to Oxnard.
Oxnard, chiz, retirement ever since. I'm disabled, but still have my car. Lived in my car. And like I said, I met Mark and Rashid. They saved my life. Cheers, Cowboys. God bless Rashid. I remember I would stay over at Mark's, and there was a couple different times we would have late night talks because we would both sleep downstairs. And he was a good kid. It's crazy when you look back. What's your opinion on Schoonmaker? He seems to be getting a lot of heat. Kingship operations. I can't. Ultra Cowboy loves him. I don't like Luke Schoonmaker. That's another bad pick. Sorry. This is 2 years now. He's healthy. He's still not doing nothing. I don't know, man. Not good for Luke Schoonmaker. As of now. I'm not saying he can't turn into anything. I'm not writing him off. But as of now, he ain't looking good. 17-17 tie here. Everybody's holding their breath in that stadium to make sure he's okay.
All righty, let's see.
It didn't look good at all, Chiz. Did not. Wentz-a-mania. Actually, Twiz, I have faith in this coaching staff that if it had to be Wentz, that he would do a good job. He looked good I saw him earlier.
If we trade Parsons, we need to get a draft pick for him. Shit.
Nah. I would not.
You better
trade
get a couple
Micah
for
now.
Micah.
They had a stat in the game, and this is for all the people who like to crap Micah and say he's this, that, and I'm critical, but they say that the team's defense, the success. I don't know the exact number. I can't. If anybody saw the game, they had a stat about Micah and pressures and the percentage of Dallas winning when Mike is in the game as opposed to not being in the game. Mahomes is jogging. What the hell is up with that? How do you do that and then jog? Unless it was just a bad tweak. Leave Parsons. They make him the highest paid. Yeah, I don't want that. That's the thing, Bruce. I ain't paying him highest non-quarterback. It's not happening. I haven't seen that yet.
1 sack this year.
That's not, and I love him, and it's all about the pressures. And he averages 8 pressures a game. That's incredible. But again, you're not the best at your position. Sorry. So if you're saying you got to get paid that way, then I don't know. A franchise's ass. Tell you one thing. Tampa Bay is running the ball.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing. Mark is a good dude, has the passion I want for the rest of my 50s. Been trying to get my business off the ground since I've been injured. But now my wife is about to go into surgery. Ooh, cheers.
Oh, man.
Hope all is well, my man. What kind of surgery?
Sending prayers, buddy.
Yeah. Micah needs use a situational rushing pass where he gets too beat up, falls off a cliff at the end of it. Twiz, I don't know if he falls off a cliff. I just think he needs to be used. I think he's better in a 3-4, maybe in a stand-up, like a 3-4 linebacker, I would think. They shot Mahomes.
You got to come down with that.
The good dope.
You got to catch that, man.
Mahomes is full of shit. Donnie's drum covers. I think he's what do you call it? An attention whore. He was limping it. That was a weird one. Wow. Surgery 12th, and I'm so scared. Hopefully, what kind of surgery? Please send other prayers. Yes, absolutely, Chiz. Everybody pray for Chiz's wife. She's having a hysterectomy. Okay. Those are pretty routine now, Chiz. Mm-hmm. But yes, still, prayers up for you, my friend. I believe attention whore he is. Wow, dude, he just made a miraculous recovery. I even thought I saw Dion over there healing him.
Oh man.
He was doing the healing dance.
Well, we're gonna find out who's coming in. They're getting the punt.
17-17. It's gonna be Mahomes. He's gonna come out and try anyway. Oh, lordy, lordy, lordy.
All righty. Well, we've made it 3/4 of the way through this thing. So you've never been to a game at Texas? At
I have
AT&T.
not. I have not. We've been by there. You remember? We went to the Walmart. We were all over there, but I haven't been in the stadium.
It's an experience. It's been a couple years since I've been back. Buy a brick, red brick house, great cause. I bought one. Buy one, 2, or 3 or 4. Show your support. Thank you, Rhonda. Need some prayers. Garrett woke up this morning to get my daughters to school. She was unconscious and barely breathing. Had to do CPR 911. She's been taking a bottle of pills. She's only 13. How's she doing? Is she in the hospital right now, Garrett? Definitely sending prayers, man. I can't believe this is happening. Oh, my goodness. Everybody definitely keep Garrett in your prayers.
Yeah. Yep. Maybe this time his knee really gives the hell out on this drive. I'm not rooting for that, Donnie. I don't want to see anybody get hurt. If Jerry were to trade tomorrow, who would you guys go for help? I know I would want, if Jerry were to trade, what I would want would be a stud defensive lineman. Yeah, a guy who can give you pass rush, 340-pound beast of a man, somebody you can have going forward. If you got to give up a 4, you know.
I'd be happy to, if you mean give up a 4 and actually get a starter, an impact starter,
like a guy who's around 30, though,
as opposed to a guy who's sitting on the bench.
Well, as long as we can have him for a couple of years, yeah. That way we don't have to go into this draft having to reach for a guy. Yeah, absolutely. That's the move to make. Maybe I don't know. I don't know about a linebacker this year, but maybe
Ty
another
B
wide
in the
receiver.
house. What's up, Ty?
L5 S1 Fusion. Ooh, no, that's not good.
Mahomes is going out there.
He's out there. Let's see how he looks. He's going to hand the ball off. There you go. He looks good. Jordan Davis for a first? Nah.
Oh, hell no.
What would we give for Jordan Davis, though? Would you give a second for Jordan Davis? I wouldn't.
No.
Only because, you know, I would want a 3-down player. He would be our best defensive lineman, though. Come on now.
He's not worth the first.
He would be our best defensive lineman right now. I hate to say it. He will be better than anybody we got. It is what it is.
3rd down and 2.
Sometimes you just got to state the facts, whether we like it or not. Hell to the now. Jordan Davis is Thomas Garrett. JD isn't that bad. He's not a pass rusher. No, I know, but you don't. He's trash can full of dirt. Tommy. Oh, this is going to be fun watching the Eagles versus Washington. It just sucks that my Dallas team is irrelevant at this point.
Yeah, it does.
That's the part that hurts. Don't worry, though. We're going to play spoiler. What would Dexter Lawrence cost? Dexter Lawrence.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I can give up a first for him.
They ain't getting rid of Dexter Lawrence. Look for the Cleveland guy. Look for the Cleveland guy, Dalvin Tomlinson. That's my... if I had to take a name right now, I think we get Dalvin Tomlinson tomorrow. He'll come in and he'll be able to stuff the run. Dex, yeah, definitely Tommy. Is Nick Chubb available? Donnie's drum covers? I don't know, but I would stay clear of Nick Chubb. Sorry, he's had one too many knee injuries for me. Who else we got? All right, 2nd and 4. We got 10 minutes to go in the game.
Kansas City driving the tie score.
Hand off. Sets up a 3rd and long 1. Maybe 2. I'm just saying. Yeah, well, Arturo. Miles Sanders, that's a possibility too. A kingship. That is definitely a possibility, Miles Sanders. But here's the sad part. What are you giving up for Miles? He was free. We could have had him for nothing. And then Carolina picked him up. So I'm not giving not much for him. You know what I would give for Miles? I would swap a player for player if they want Miles.
Who would you swap?
I don't know. I'd send him Damone Clark. How's that?
Okay.
Damone, he's not even playing right now. So, but he's got size and
he's
he
short.
could use a team could use a guy like Damone in the right system. Yeah, he would, Drew. But I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to trade much for him. If you're going to go player for player, I would consider. You got Damone Clark. Just somebody like that.
Zeke.
Give him Zeke.
Do you see my text earlier in the chat? Okay.
First down. See how easy it is, Dallas? Run the ball.
Run the ball up the middle.
A-Chain is a beast, CZ. Absolutely is.
Alan Williams. You showed up late. Sorry, I'm pissed. I'm going to say I'm over it now. There's nothing,
Bobby,
nothing we can do
combo.
about it. We're stuck. I mean, Jerry, Stephen Jones ain't going to change. We've sucked before, and, they'll go ahead and give us the same old song and dance.
Bobby Murphy says, yep, Sanders can fumble and Dak can throw picks. Good combo. Well, you know who I would want, Bobby? And my and Stephen Jones wouldn't even return a phone call or take the phone call.
Oh, shit. It's not the first time.
Remember DeAndre Swift?
Yep.
And he said no and didn't even know
call
who,
back.
DeAndre Swift was. He ended up going to the Eagles. They traded for him.
Yep.
Helped them out, too, by the way.
Yep. Because we believe in our guys. Offsides. Trade D-Law away. Nobody's trading for D-Law right now.
A defensive stud of any kind would be nice game time, so they wouldn't need to pull any rabbits. Yeah, I agree, Donnie. That's what I said. Anyway, what did your guy say, Mark?
Trade D-Law. Nobody's trading for D. We don't even know if D-Law is going to be able to play again this year.
Yeah. Actually, I don't mind the thought because we're probably not bringing him back. So if you can get something for him, fine. But the fact that he's hurt kind of limits that.
He's not passing a physical.
Yeah, exactly. At least not right now. And he's going to want to go to a contender. You know who would be good for D-Law? It would never happen. The Eagles. Eagles would be your best edge rusher. I mean, a D-Law can play the run too.
Nice
that would be perfect in Philly. Woods said was Swift wanted to come to Dallas. That's why he was mad at the Cowboys. Thomas, Stephen Jones answered the phone and didn't even talk to the scouts about him. This was 2 years ago, not last draft, but the draft we were at.
Yeah.
In Kansas. Well, we were at the last two, so I guess the Kansas City draft. Yeah, we will not be going to the draft this year, but we will be going to the draft next year.
No, not because I'm sorry. It was stupid to put it in Green Bay.
No,
I'm
Pittsburgh,
sorry.
I said.
Green Bay doesn't have the hotel space.
Yeah, no, I'm not going there.
Literally, the trailer parks are charging $1,000 a night for a parking
I guess
space.
Pittsburgh does, though?
I think they've got more.
More, yeah. Plus, that's an easy one. That's an easy drive.
No, that's about 4.5 hours there. From here.
Drew, I'm telling you. I'm just telling you he would help your squad. D-Law is good.
Philadelphia has a sticky keyboard. Rondo, wow.
Philly was the best host of the draft. Mark was there. I didn't go. I didn't know Mark then. I wish I would have went. I heard it was awesome.
Which one?
The Eagles when they hosted the draft.
Yeah, it was good.
Look at that run. Bam.
That was a long time ago. Shit, 2017.
Thomas Garrett. What's that? Oh, yeah. I read that. Yep. Philly was the best host, yeah.
It's nice when you have a running game to help out your quarterback.
Well, Rico ran the ball better than stat-wise. Yesterday, he ran the ball better than he had a higher average and ran for more yards than what's his name? Bijan. Bijan had 19 for 86 for a 4.5 clip. Rico had 12 for 75 for a 6.3 clip. Dallas was fine yesterday. Dallas won all the stats except where it counted.
Yeah, we kept having drop
on the
passes
scoreboard
and penalties.
And penalties.
And a fake punt.
We kept Kyle Pitts for one catch for 11 yards. Kyle Pitts has been
Rico was 12 carries
everybody.
for 75 yards.
We made Caden Ellis
and Dak was 3 carries for 30 yards.
Looked like TJ Watt.
Dak was 3 carries for 30 yards and a hamstring.
Yeah. Well, that's what you need to do, Dak. So, get your body together next year and prepare to do that. Run 3 times a game. That's it. That helps your offensive line, who's laying their hearts out there. These young guys are doing their best. You got to be able to extend the play. You see every team doing it. You saw Kirk Cousins. You saw, what's his name? Mr. Irrelevant do it the week prior. He was running all over us when he had to. Brock Purdy. Barack. All right, here we go. 4 minutes to go in the game. Thank God. 3rd and goal. Mahomes in the shotgun drops back. He's looking. Pass, touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, touchdown number. All right,
let's see it. Baker Mayfield.
DeAndre Hopkins. Bam. We didn't want him either. Mahomes is running off the field. Bang, bang.
Mm-hmm.
That's Luther Ellis' son. Thomas Garrett. He was he was the second coming to TJ Watt yesterday. We couldn't stop him. Caden Ellis, 13 tackles, 8 solo, 1 sack, 2 tackles for loss, 3 quarterback hits. My man was all over the place.
All right, let's see what Baker Mayfield can do with 4 minutes.
Do you think Zeke will land somewhere else? Yeah, he'll land somewhere. Dustin, he should have never been brought back. That was a mistake from.
That was familiarity and nostalgia. They could get away with that.
That was a mistake from the get. Sorry.
2 big plays.
Go home again.
2 big plays by Hopkins. Wow.
3 big plays. Remember, he caught the
real
2
deep pass.
Yeah.
Wow. So Pat Mahomes needed a running back and another receiver? Wow. Interesting.
Mark, do you think anything happens tomorrow for the Cowboys at the deadline? Daniel
Nope.
M. I think they do something. I do. I think it's a defensive guy, but I could be totally off base. I'm hoping they actually unload a couple guys. I think Damone Clark should be on his way out for anything you could get. I would consider Donovan Wilson, but I don't think they will. He has a nice hefty salary. Look for guys who are making something. I don't know that if Donovan is in their future, we have some guys in house that could slide right into there, like a Wanye Thomas and a Marquise Bell. Look for Donovan Wilson, Damone Clark. I think the Dak injury takes the trade Lance thing out of the equation. So I don't know. Chiz, I don't know why they didn't already let Zeke go. I don't know.
I'm a fan of the following channels: Mark, Joe Boo, Katie Calls It, Sugar Daddy One, The Raccoon Whisperer, Smoking and Grilling with AB, Midas Touch, Soul Food, Old Black Men, Laugh Out Loud, No People, No Problems, and Game Time and Prime Time.
How will we get a defensive tackle Game Time? Dalvin Tomlinson. That's who I think. You don't have to give up a lot to get Dalvin. They're in sell mode.
Ooh, child.
How about Chase Young? Would you take Chase Young?
I wouldn't want to give up a lot for him.
Yeah,
I think he's got work ethic problems.
Yeah, exactly. He's a dog. Brian, will you get drunk in Dallas? Nah, I don't get drunk too much anymore, Victor. Them days are over. But we can't get Dalvin Thompson or Chase Young. Why can't we?
Because Jerry and Steven won't get him.
We won't get Chase Young. He's going to be he's going to go somewhere else. He is a dog. I'm not, to me, I really wanted Allen out of the Commandos, but, they re-signed him. Taco coming back for nostalgia. Taco. Oh, you know who had a workout?
Randy Gregory?
Randy Gregory.
The Seattle Seahawks.
Yep. Jerry says we must trust the process. Hey,
Shit.
Dustin Bosley, you coming to the game or what? You said you're maybe look for a ticket. You gonna come hang out with us? If we get Young and Tank comes back, who's gonna get the reps at the end? We're not getting Young. I think Young was rumored to go to...
Man, it is pouring there right now.
Here's somebody else. Chase Young is coming off a neck surgery from the offseason also. Yeah, Bobby. He's not that great anyway. Who we kidding? I would rather sell. And I mean, if you could bring a defensive piece in, fine. I would even consider moving some of the offensive line depth that it isn't playing. Somebody
350 to go.
350, 340, 339. Faker Mayfield sacked.
That rain is coming down. Hit the wrong time for him.
Third down. Coach Clapp eyeing Big Mike's job. Coyote, we're not bringing him back. Not when the owner is basically regretting firing Wade Wilson for Coach Clapp.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a good look on Coach Clapp. Yeah, I'll take Chris Jones, Thomas. Is he on the block? Chris Jones is a beast. Here he goes again. Ooh.
3rd and 16. This is the game here. Nope, couldn't hold on to it.
4th down and 16. They have all
Time for your Cowboys to join my G-men to multi-blow up teams and start from scratch.
Tar Heel basketball, Chiz Cowboys. Shout out to MJ, James Worthy. Old school guys. Oh, they're punting away. Wow. Brian Marcus, it's time for old war horses to realize now that these players are not the old warriors we adored and worshipped. They had heart. Now they have money. Wow, Jesse Montanez coming in strong. What's up?
But that's true.
Vince Carter. There you go. I wasn't as a fan of Vince Carter. He had a great career, though, Thomas. I ain't going to lie, but I'm an older school guy.
Mm-hmm.
James Worthy.
All right, 2:39 to go.
What if, out of the blue, Jerry stays to his word and actually goes and get us a wide receiver, running back, and defensive tackle at the deadline to please the fans' games?
Yeah.
And they go on a run and still win 10 games, slip into the playoffs, get on a roll, everybody comes back. Yeah, I don't know about that.
Wake up,
Brian,
dude.
is Philly dangerous? Of course they're dangerous. They could run the football, and they have weapons like they do on the outside. Very dangerous. Not, I mean, I'm not going to hammer them, but when it comes to everything being equal, Detroit, I don't think anybody's messing with Detroit this year.
They seem to be on a score search policy right now.
them.
They are killing people.
Oof, he got smashed. Wow. He got jacked up. I know my feet are.
We should be sellers.
Oh, Lordy Lord.
Dak is fine. He's a warrior. He got injured. He'll be back next season. Casey Stewart. Shout out to Casey Stewart. My boyfriend and I drove down to Atlanta for the game yesterday. I was pretty
down
sad.
the street.
Oh, man. Casey, you drove down to there for that? Wow. Sorry to hear
CFL
that.
player. I haven't heard the Zadarius Smith to the Lions trade announced yet. What's going on? But yeah, I don't think it can be announced, Daniel. I think it happens tomorrow. It's done, basically. Jacked up. That is so old school. It blurted us. You got mossed.
Okay.
Yeah.
3rd down and 11.
3rd and 11. Now I think they're busting their timeouts out. I think they're down to one timeout.
But yeah. But they got the 2-minute warning.
Yeah.
Mahomes goes down.
Oof. Kermit the Frog is flopping all over the place. These folks keep me laughing when they say the game is over. Turn out the lights, the party's over. If we get Tomlinson tomorrow game time, I still won't be. Nah, that's not going to be satisfied. But you think they shot the knee up?
Yeah, they might have.
Oh, you got to catch that, bro.
Mike Fisher, of course, an hour ago. Jerry's lying, right? Fans think Jerry's lying about in the mix trade deadline secret.
Why? What's he saying? Is he actually saying anything?
I just reading the headlines here.
Because, Mike's good for the headline, but when you watch it, you don't get nothing out of it. There's no real information. It's all.
4 paragraphs in, and it still hasn't said anything about it.
Oh, you mean you're on Dallas Cowboys country or something?
But yeah. He's just repeating we're going to do everything we can at all times to prove this team in our judgment. Well, you mean you're going to start doing that then, huh?
Mm-hmm. Jerry Jones is in the midst of my ass. Jesse, that's funny. Why not? They shot him up in the Super Bowl. They also wet the field, Bobby. You remember that? They soaked the field in order to screw the birds.
Mike, it's kind of sad where the Saints are at. It's turmoil in New Orleans right now. Brother, Have you looked in the mirror? You're talking.
Yeah, really. What are
You mean the
talking
team?
about, Mike?
You're talking about the team that mollywopped you week 2, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
gotcha. They're in turmoil now, and we're not. Okay. Do I have a Rush jersey? No, I don't, Stephen R. All right, 2:16. What you gonna do, Baker?
Game time. Have fun. Cheer for the Cowboys, but please don't sell your soul to
Oh, there's
ejaculate.
a flag. That's the flag.
Oh, God. It's a damn conspiracy, Brian.
Holding.
They put water all over the field. George Toma. They hired 89-year-old George Toma to sabotage the birds. The sod god. Saints may become a sellers. Mark Bryan, Jerry Jones should look into it. I wouldn't mind getting a little bit of Alvin Kamara action. I'd be in on that.
Okay. 1st and 20.
I think he
They got
has
15.
met him, Victor. Will
Who's
Mark
that?
ever meet Philly 500 in person? I think he has
I
met
have
him.
not met him in person.
No?
Yeah, we've talked on the phone quite a bit. Lord knows he text messaged me all the damn time. Shit.
Of course.
Son of John, what's up, man? How are you doing?
Are they at the 2-minute warning? Is that where we're at here?
Yeah.
Well, we're almost there, people. We are almost out of here. Let's see here. 24-17, 2-minute warning. Bucks got 1 timeout left. Baker Mayfield, 18 for 24, 145 and a touchdown. Looks like Dak's stat average from yesterday. I wonder what the difference is. Nothing really. Just not all the penalties Dallas said.
Oh, shit. Don't remind me.
I'm just looking at. I mean, like, it's weird. It's eerie if you look at the stats by Tampa tonight. 18 for 24, 144 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions, 2 sacks for 11 yards, 6-yard average per pass. You know, no rushing attack for the Tampa at all. Not much, you know. It's pretty much the same.
Yep.
But you don't have all the penalties we had. So we actually won the turnover battle yesterday too. So go figure. See you, Logan. I'll talk to you, bro.
Mike actually bet on Dak Prescott throwing an interception.
Oh shit!
I was like, get the fuck out.
You can't do that.
That's what I said. Giants and Panthers on Sunday. Boy, that's going to be a great game.
Yeah, that's a barn burner. Sunday night.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. All right, here we go. Nice throw.
2 minutes to go. 2nd and 6. You must be ahead of me. We might be going to overtime.
Oh, God. Yeah, you will. I ain't. I'm getting the heck out of here.
You got to work tomorrow?
No.
Okay.
He's rolling out. He's going to throw a pick here soon. Incomplete. And Mark was calling Hurts a turnover machine. Bobby Murphy. Dude, that Giants game totally gets flexed. Yeah, Troy Hagan, it might get flexed. Oh, Giants and Panthers are in Germany, Mark. That's early in the morning. Did you hear me, Mark?
Mm-hmm.
Giants Panthers is early in the morning. It's in Germany. I thought it was Sunday night. Nice. Baker dealing. Baker's dealing. Good night, Jesse.
The
Good night,
Shingles
Jim
will
Bob.
feel the rush on Sunday.
My Giants are my migraine weekly guys. Jesse. Oof.
Yep, he got both of them down.
I wish Dak could be like Baker. Victor troll it. Did you see that thing on YouTube where Baker goes undercover? he puts on a disguise. It was pretty funny. He puts on a disguise and acts like he's doing a tour. It was like a fan day in Tampa. It was kind of like what Eli did. Mm-hmm. And they went out onto the field and started throwing the ball around. And Baker's throwing darts.
That's a catch.
What a shitty game for them. Yeah, I know, right, Bobby? The Germans are pissed. Hey, that's an easy one.
That was a catch.
Detroit and KC are the new gods now of the NFL, guys. Well, at least KC has won it. Detroit's still a wannabe until they get over the hump. Don't want to piss the gamers off again. The Germans off again. Yeah, right. All right, here we go. 1:30 left, 3rd and 1.
It's Chiefs, they'll end up overturning it. Nope, they didn't. 3rd and 1. 2 down territory here. 1 timeout still.
This fucking game is dragging. Jesus Christ. First down and more. Wow, Rashad White's running. Either watch paint dry. Rather watch paint dry. What up, game time? What's up, Leo? What's up, brother? Nice catch. Damn. Inside the 25, a minute to go in the game. Clock running. They got 1 timeout to be able to work with. They need a turnover here. They need a turnover. Not enough pressure. Baker going to slice and dice you.
54 seconds. You're ahead of me.
Sorry.
No problem.
44 seconds left to go. 1st and 10. Inside the 20.
Wow. 44 seconds and still have the timeout. Baker gets out of bounds to stop the clock. Detroit is now the real thing. You're right about that. Seven plays, 51 yards in a minute and 32 seconds so far.
Baker doing no whippings. Yeah, kingship operations. Dude, he's ball down to the 1 yard line. You think they go for 2? You think they go for 2 here, people, if he scores? I would. I wouldn't mess around. So they're 4 and 4? Ooh, I don't know if they have the balls to do that. I say go for 2, kingship. 1, I don't want to keep streaming. 2.
I know. It was like, this is going to overtime.
Yeah, well, that you jinxed it.
It's always me. The Cowboys suck. It's because
Well,
of Mark,
you said
Mark
it.
and Joe
You
Boo.
willed it into existence.
Jeez.
You and that doll behind you. Oh, I don't see him. He's at the red brick house, isn't he?
No, he's here.
Oh, okay. Well, that's what it was then. Possible Brady moment. Jesse Montanez. I see a quarterback keeper coming right here.
First and goal.
Ooh, incomplete. Nice. Should have caught it. It's KC and KC go for
Damn.
2. Kingship. That's what I'm saying. How goes it in Cowboys Nation the day after?
How was it there was no time that went off the clock?
Leo,
there?
we've already talked about it. We're spent. Here we go. 2nd and goal. 30 seconds to go. Touchdown. Easy money.
Mm-hmm.
Easy money.
Wide open. Whoa.
You go for 2 here. Oh, what a
Nope.
bunch of... I hope he misses.
Damn, after all that, you hope.
Oh, no. You got to go for 2 on the road here. Go for the win.
Oh, Lordy.
He's going to miss. He's going to hit the left upright. You ready? Watch.
You're wishing it.
Right
Now,
down the middle.
Here's the thing. There's still 27 seconds at Pat Mahomes with 3 timeouts.
Fuck.
Okay. 3 timeouts. And Pat Mahomes. That's a lot of time for him to get in the field goal range.
Mark Sleprock of Flintstones. King Shift, I would have went for 2, but they're 4-4 and they're not rolling the dice that way. I would have went for the win, but
And
then
you've
again,
had
it wouldn't have
Pat
been the
Mahomes
win.
go down twice now.
That's true. PI incoming, pass interference.
right.
Shit.
Let me go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Phew.
Before you head out.
No, Sixers are actually, no, they're losing. Let's see who's playing for the Sixers tonight. That's too much time for Mahomes. I hope you're right, Thomas. I hope they win. Oh, Paul George is playing. 14 minutes, 3 for 9, 1 for 5 from 3, 10 points. So Paul George is playing. No Embiid tonight.
Mm. 27 seconds. Pat Mahomes.
You gained of about 9.
25. Look at that. They're at the 40 already.
Yeah. Aubrey, you only need 10 yards.
Well, it is pouring down rain, though. Look at Peyton Hendershot. Was that Peyton Hendershot? I thought they cut Peyton Hendershot.
No, he's on there.
"19 seconds. Mm-hmm.
Embiid, a worse loser than Dak. Hendershot signed with the Chiefs, yeah.
Yeah, but I thought he got cut.
I don't think so. We're the same. It's not an interception. Playing for wild card spot. I'm still playing for wild card, but if it goes bad, I'm okay with it, Leo. I'm not giving up this early in the season. But we're leaking oil, man. We're running
on fumes.
We ain't running on all cylinders. Raiders fired entire offensive coaches. When, today?
No, wait a minute. Rhonda says he got cut.
Oh, okay. Oh, that was almost a pick six. Oof.
Oh, no. Back on the active roster 2 days ago.
Yeah, I think that they were playing that. They cut him and bring him back for roster management. And they're punting.
Overtime.
Overtime. Oh, sorry. He won't get a chance like that again. No, he won't, Thomas.
I'm assuming that no one is looking forward to the Cowboys playing any team for the rest of the season.
Nah, not the season. It's just right now. It's rough. Yeah, we'd have to listen. If we go on a run where Cooper wins 3 in a row, problem is we don't have the defense of pieces that we had when we were able to hold teams to 18 points over that stretch. Everybody forgets, like Mark pointed out. Dallas held teams to less than 20 points a game for this whole time that.
And we got takeaways.
And what do you think happened as soon as that came back? They
turned into cream puffs again.
Well, they allowed more points. They lightened up. You can only do that, but again, we'll see. Bucks hanging tough considering all their injuries. Bobby, that's how you know it's a well-coached team. If you can hang in there through all the injuries. Seems like Dallas one injury and they fold like a cheap suit. Oh well, we're injured, so whatever.
Welcome to overtime. I didn't want to come to this party.
Fuck. Every time I stream at Mark, we go to overtime. It's your fault.
It's always
normally
my fault.
I've been getting out early too. I've been dodging. I've been like at halftime. This is actually a good game. I'm just tired.
After that, being diddied yesterday all day. Jeez.
Jesus Christ. Diddied? Oh yeah. Okay.
The game.
God damn. This end up a tie because of Mark's curse. I hope not.
Oh, jeez. I can't
Jesus.
take. Is it 10 minutes for overtime?
It's 10 minutes.
Oh, jeez. Which, at the rate this is going, it'll be 45 minutes.
Oh, God. Yeah, it's this damn commercial. It's a racket. It's a damn racket. Mark took it. What is... Oh, you're an idiot, Arturo. Oh, God. You gave him a back shot. Oh, God. Ejacula? Arturo?
You guys, that this head coach is no longer in control of this team.
Absolutely.
And why wouldn't they replace him now? If the Saints are replacing their head coach, why not just make the move now?
Because you're not saving your season by getting rid of Mike McCarthy.
But you're making a statement
but
that you're not willing to give
He's
up.
also your play caller, though, too. He's calling the plays on offense. So you're now not just losing your head coach, you're losing your play caller on
but what
offense
if
as
you
well.
lose your players because you're not making a statement?
Then you should have signed him to a long-term deal. Then you should have extended him 1 year. And then instead of this all-in craziness, it's just absolutely
crazy
beyond that you're going to. I don't know how many. Did the Raiders ever have a guy go into his walk year as a head coach? And
I kind of think the answer is probably yes, but I don't remember.
Okay.
But let me ask you a question, Rich.
You're asking for it.
Okay, but here's my question. So you have 3 choices if you're Jerry.
Yes.
Jerry, Steven, Charlotte, Jerry Jr., the decision makers.
Yes.
1, you let him play in his final year with no extension.
Which is what they
Which
did.
people would call a lame duck year. 2, you give him an extension, but then you're thinking to yourself, if I extend him for 1 year and I fire him after this year, am I willing to eat that salary? That's a question to consider.
You're making money hand over
Yeah,
fist.
I was going to say.
Okay, but that is a consideration some people
Understood.
would make.
Right.
Or 3, do I sign him to a 2-year, but then I don't know that I necessarily want to eat that money, so I'm going to keep him for 2 years.
Or are you just sitting there waiting to see if maybe you bring Belichick in after all this other conversation? We talked about it with the Saints. Dallas has one more win than the Saints. So maybe in the back of his mind, he's thinking, I'm going to clean house and bring in Bill, and Bill's going to crack skulls and get things together.
He had that option last January.
But it
and
seems like
didn't take it.
Jerry's uncharacteristically
First
waffled
down.
on a lot of big decisions.
No, I think what Jerry's done, and I have the temerity, is since he's one of the 32 of 33, including the commissioner at whose service I'm working at his pleasure pretty much right now. That he could not handle, grasp, process getting smoked by Green Bay in last year's playoffs.
Okay.
And
So that's Rich Eisen's thoughts.
All right.
Mark,
here we
I
go.
defended you. Just look back in the super chat I sent earlier. Thank you, son of John.
24-24, 9 minutes to go in overtime. Second
9
and
minutes,
5.
9
Now, how does it
seconds.
work? If they score, it's over,
If they score a touchdown, it's over the first
Is it?
possession. Yeah,
but not in the playoffs.
right.
Okay. That's stupid, but I'm glad. They're already at the 45-yard line and moving.
Mark, the most balanced Dallas Cowboy YouTuber. It has nothing to do with Dak. I think they're going to get a touchdown and get this thing over with.
Either a touchdown or a pick six. I'm good either way.
Pat Mahomes is grass-fed. We don't die, we multiply. Pork rinds and gummy bears is what I'm munching on for overtime.
Really?
That's what Philadelphia says. 7:59 left.
Bebe's kids. They Bebe's kids. Why would Dak accept a 1 year deal? That would be dumb. Yeah. Ooh, DeAndre Hopkins making moves like he's young.
He's been killing it for him.
Yes, he has.
Look at that.
Yes, he has.
Another guy
Yeah, that was a
who
good
wanted
one
to be a
see.
Cowboy. You remember that?
Yep, he wanted to be a Cowboy. Working out with Derrick Henry, I believe.
He was he was working out with Dez the year before.
Oh, Dez. That's who it was. Think about it. Dak to the Raiders. Raiders take on Dak's contract. It could, eventually it could happen but he's building a house. I don't see it happening. Oof.
6:54.
Hopkins said no to Dak. No, he didn't.
He did not. No, the Cowboys. He got Stephen Jones.
He trolling. Philly old head trolling.
He got Stephen Jones where he wouldn't pick up the phone and talk to him.
If they are good and want to be a Cowboy, Jones going to cut his lip. Say who?
All right. First and goal on the 9.
Dak was playing down that injury and signed that deal knowing that wouldn't have conned the Cowboys. Kingship, I don't know about that. I don't know, man. 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line. Handoff. Yeah, I don't know why we're doing. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Gain of about 4. Nice run. Kareem Hunt.
Almost 80,000 fans in the stadium. Yeah, and it was all yards after contact.
On the podcast, Hopkins shakes his head no when the host asked him.
Yeah, that was after he had been basically saying, "What's up, Cowboys?" with Des Bryant.
Yeah,
and the Cowboys didn't do anything. It was like, okay, they've jilted me. Fuck them.
Another Mahomes Magic game on the prime time that keeps the NFL and Vegas in money. Chiz, they love them some Patty Mahomes. Imagine saying Henry wasn't a good team, then watch him in the league rushing. Yeah, he's Bobby Murphy. He's arguably the MVP of the league. Mm-hmm. It's I mean, you can't be more embarrassed. You're basically embarrassed.
That's Randy Moss 2.0.
Mark with his excuses. The man said no. Philly old head. Now, but Philly old head, he did come out and say, "Come get me to Dallas."
When he was working out with Des Bryant in Dallas.
When Dallas
and then Dallas didn't
him,
do anything.
Right.
And it was like, okay.
I remember that, Philly old head. I would keep it real.
Now, to the Cowboys' credit, though, he was still property of the Cardinals.
Yeah,
and so the Cowboys weren't going to trade for him.
Oh, that's close. That's close. This is why you go for 2. This is why I would have went for 2. They're methodically going right down the field on your ass.
And there's 4 minutes
and
and 39
balls.
seconds left. So you have to keep him out of the end zone or it's over.
Yeah. That's why that really should have been a false start by the right tackle, but he popped up way too early. 3rd and 1. I'd go to the outside for a walk-in touchdown. Touchdown. Game over. Go for 2.
Over.
That's why you don't. That's why you go for 2.
Yep. That's game. All right,
everybody. I'll get out so then Mark can get out. Mark has been great. It's just like old times, even though I haven't been doing it that long. It seems like we haven't done this in a while. I thought it was fun. It helped
He's
the time
got
go
his
by.
own thing, but diddly 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 dee.
But I will talk to everybody tomorrow. I will be doing a 2:00 live stream for the trade deadline. I'll probably put something out in the morning as well. I will text you tomorrow, Mark. People, have a good night. Thank you for the 2 new channel members. Thanks for the super chats. I'll check everybody out tomorrow late.
Shout out to BetUS. This video was sponsored by them. And remember, use the YouTube code YouTube150 to get yourself 150% matching on your first 3 bets. Bet responsible. And